Turtle Gang. Hit that like button as you come in. It's Dolly.
Wrapped around your heart, a weapon drenched in blood. It's falling over you. There's nothing you can do. You know there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more. Old enough to lose, still you got to choose. Young enough to live for something you can't win. You know there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more.
What's up, Turtles? Good to see you guys. Make sure you thumb the video up as you come in.
Looking for your paradise again, but the righteous are the ones who's giving in. Oh, there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear, inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more.
Bam! What is up? Happy Friday, people. Happy Friday. There's like 300 of you almost in the room already. Make sure y'all hit that damn like button for Dolly. It's Friday. Let's celebrate with a like. How about that? How about that? Okay. So what's been going on in these internet streets? So, I'm home now. So I had a little bit of time to catch up on what all the mayhem and fuss has been going on the internet streets. You know what a lot of people been fighting about since they ain't got nothing to fight about, okay? Since they ain't got nothing to bitch and complain about, they're bitching and complaining about their own words, okay? Their own words. Today on Dolly Vision, we are discussing the word tragedy pimp class. Everybody get your notebooks out. Everybody get your notebooks out. Get your pens or a pencil. Number two pencil. There's going to be a test at the end. I hope you're prepared. I hope you're ready. I know you didn't come in here thinking, hey, there's going to be a test today. But sometimes there's surprises in life. So we got to learn a little bit about what a tragedy pimp is, okay? Because these people are going to kill each other if we don't figure it out for them, okay? If we don't figure out a word they created, we got to explain it to them. They don't understand their own creation, okay? Their own creation don't make no damn sense, okay? Don't make no sense. First off, the first time somebody called me a tragedy pimp, I was like, hell yeah, all my life I wanted to be a pimp, okay? I just don't have a cane. I don't have no platforms with a goldfish in it. Y'all remember that movie? I'm going to get you, sucker. Any of that? Anyway, I don't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I always dreamed of one day of calling myself Dolly the Pimp, okay? It ain't happening no time soon, okay? No time soon. I'm short to be a pimp. You ever see a short pimp? Usually pimps are pretty tall. It could be the shoes. I'm not certain. I'm not absolutely certain if it's the shoes or not. But so we're going to have to go back a little bit and think about what is a damn tragedy pimp. And I'm going to tell you what I think a tragedy pimp is. Okay? Because there's a lot of people out here in this whole true crime sector. Okay? And usually we'll consider anybody that their content covers nothing but tragedies is a tragedy pimp, according to the internet. Okay, according to the internet. So that would technically make your local news the biggest tragedy pimps in the country. Okay, let's be honest. They show tragedies, they show commercials. They show tragedies, they show commercials. They're getting paid. That's a tragedy pimp. Okay, your local news is the biggest tragedy pimps you have. Okay, so society's made this acceptable because we want information. Okay, we want information. So every last single one of us watches some form of a tragedy pimp. Okay, if you're watching your local news, you're watching, hate to break it to you, tragedy pimps. Okay, the worst ones. I've been right beside them in Georgia. I've been beside them in Virginia. These news people are the worst. Okay, I'm just letting you know, just in case you've never been in a situation where you're dealing with legitimate, high level, the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I'm the tragedy pimp at the very, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't dealt with none of those people, the people I see on the internet are not tragedy pimps. Okay, to me, like when I look at a true crime channel, I don't see a tragedy pimp. I see somebody that's interested in true crime. Now, there's some of them out there that fake it, like they don't even care about true crime. They just figure people watch them if they talk about true crime. That is out there. There is some of those people. Now, my biggest definition for the people on the internet that I would call tragedy pimps, okay, or people that are like this, okay, they get up here, they talk about it, okay, they get up here, they talk about it, but they don't do nothing to help. Now, I ain't saying you got to go out and search like Dolly. Everybody don't do that. Everybody's not capable of doing that. You could be an older woman, you know, you don't need to be in the woods or mountain, you know what I'm saying? So everybody can't do that. But when you're profiting and you're not taking none of that money, none of it, and putting it back into anything to help or to donate or anything, then I think you are tragedy pimping. If you just sit at your desk and you talk about these things and you do nothing to help, you are a tragedy pimp. Now, if you're taking money and you're putting money out or you're spending money to create and to build and to help, that to me, that is different. Okay. So when I hear all these people fighting over this tragedy pimp stuff, like, use a tragedy pimp, use a tragedy pimp, use a tragedy pimp. Technically, everybody that covers true crime and only true crime is a tragedy pimp. Okay. Your favorite YouTube creator, technically, from the term, is a tragedy pimp if they cover true crime and mostly just true crime. Now, I cover true crime, but I do also cover other little things along the way. But a majority, I would say 95%, is true crime. Unless some world event happens, like remember when the sub crushed? We talked about the sub. That had nothing to do with true crime. Well, I guess it's technically a crime. You sell all them damn tickets to people and kill them. That kind of is a crime, you know. So maybe it's 99.9% we talk true crime. In drama, we throw a little bit of drama in there, you know, and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of drama, but all the fighting on the internet is crazy because I think people really are all interested in the same thing. We all like true crime, all right? And YouTube is turned into a huge pissing contest, right? This channel's better than that channel. I'm better than you, blah, blah, blah. And everybody fighting and it's creating this basically it's fight over nothing. Everybody fights over nothing, right? Even me. I fight with people over absolutely nothing. I'll wake up and somebody will say something about me, and I'll be like, all right, let's go to war. And I think everybody's like that, right? Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? They're armoring up when they wake up in the morning to battle. That's fine and all when you need to hype up views on your channel. I understand it when people stir up drama. If things are slow when you stirring up some drama, I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But when things are going on, there's a lot going on, and then you stirring up drama, then you just an asshole. Okay. There's times for the battle on the battlefields. And I think there's time when all true crime needs to come together. Because you look at Upchurch and shit like this, he thinks all of true crime is a joke. Right? He thinks it's all just a big joke. And I don't want people out there in the world to think that, because when they tune into true crime, they see everybody headbutting each other. Okay. There's times to headbutt each other. Don't get me wrong. I want to headbutt some people, right? I want to drop some bows on them, flying frog splash off the top rope, all that. But there's times for it. And then there's times to everybody pull together when something happens. Everybody start sharing these pictures. Everybody start getting the stories out. And we don't have a cohesive team in that. You know what I'm saying? The internet's so divided. It's like, there's so many fractions of everything, and every force is working against this force that it's hard to get anything done. Just think about how much more if we said, okay, look, we're going to fight on Monday through Wednesday. And then on Thursday through Sunday, everybody's going to work together. We need to come to some type of peace agreement in this true crime sector where everybody says, okay, we all hate each other. Okay. I hate your face with a passion, right? I couldn't hate it any worse, but let's do the right thing and let's get this out there. You know what I'm saying? The important things. I ain't saying every little thing, but the important things. Sometimes there's times when you need to put stupid fights aside for the bigger or the greater good. Okay. So when you get out here name calling, you can call this person a tragedy pimp. That person can call this person a tragedy pimp. We're all into true crime. We all have the same interest. We're all into death, murders, executions. We're all a little bit weird. Okay. We're a little bit strange. And that's all around the board. If you're, most people that ain't into this stuff, they'd be like, man, you into what? They'd be like, man, I ain't into all them horror movies and serial killers. And some of this stuff scares people. So we're odd crowd out anyway, So I just think that sometimes ain't the time to try to destroy people, especially when people are out in the middle of doing things, especially when they're involved with families. Because look, the internet can turn anything into a circus. Look, nobody messed with me in Franklin, right? Everything went smooth. The family sent me a super thank you note. Them guys are awesome. That's the best payment, was just a thank you, right? From the families. I got a really nice one from Jake's family. I got a really nice one for Avril Hook's family. And them thank yous are the best. Look, and I'm telling you guys out there, some of these channels, you get some of these thank yous, and it's going to make you feel warm in your heart. And it's going to change you a little bit. We can do good, right? Even my haters, you can still hate me, right? You can still hate my guts, right? And you can still hate people like Betty. You can still hate JR. But sometimes there's times when, hey, back it a little bit. And then hate us Monday through Thursday, some of this stuff is important. And the importance of it is to get the message out. Just like I was telling people, hey, you can talk shit about me, but just show this girl's face. And you know what they chose to do? Not talk shit about me. And not show the girl's face. We can't have that. I didn't want to start a bunch of drama so y'all would cover everything I did, right? I didn't want to have to do that. So I want you guys to work with me so I don't have to call y'all a bunch of names so y'all hover over everything I do, okay? I wanted y'all to hover over that a little bit and share that girl, and y'all didn't do that. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. And it makes me feel like I had to chop y'all in the neck next time to get y'all to share something. I tried nicely, okay, to get people to share this girl. And it didn't work very well. I'm a little disappointed in that. I'm a little disappointed in that because I do think that everybody has the same interest. We all have the same goal. It's just some people want to win the race and some people are fine jogging along, you know? So, but there comes a point to where even the people that want to win the race, you need to help the people in the back. Okay. We should be coming up together and not trying to destroy everybody that gets a leg up. Okay. That's where I think the biggest flaw in true crime is. Okay. And that was my kumbaya speech for today. I ain't saying we got to love each other, right? We don't. I can hate every last single one of you. But what we do need to do is work together sometimes, okay? For the benefit of good and the internet as a whole. Not for us as individuals, because this is bigger than us, okay? That's why we got to do it. I can put any beef I got aside if it is going to help somebody, okay? I don't care how much I hate you. I'll put it aside for a day or two, and then I'll go right back to hating your ass. That's how we need to be. Okay. So this, I don't know. I don't know how to fix what's going on in true crime. Okay. I'm just making some suggestions. Okay. So as you see, I have posted the link to the panel. We haven't done a panel here in an absolute long time. Okay. Because panels tend to get us in trouble. But what we are going to do is a panel today. I'm going to put, you can come in if you want. It ain't been nobody come up in a while. So maybe if y'all do want to come up, y'all can come up here with me live. We're going to do, when you come into the backstage, you have to show yourself, or at least I'll put a screen up. It don't really matter. But the cameras are off today. So keep your cameras off. One, with the cameras off, it helps with the lag. There's not as much lag. When we go to talk, there's not as much lag if your cameras are off. So when we go into a panel, I'm even going to turn my camera off just to my thumbnail. So it's not a big over talking each other or anything of that nature. I see somebody said Obama is the Antichrist. Oh Lord. All right. I think you're in the wrong room for that. We're not a political room here. Okay. I don't know who the Antichrist is, but I thought it was Marilyn Manson. I thought he was like the Antichrist superstar. I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's what they told me on MTV way back in the day. Just saying. Oh boy, drama. No, there's not going to be no drama. We keep drama to a minimum. Anybody comes up here starting any drama? Okay, we good vibes only here. Okay, so if you ain't got good vibes, you in the wrong place. And what you do right now is you exit out the room. Okay. And we'll see you later. And shout outs to Miss Fit Kitty. Been a member for 2 months. This is the link to get in, guys. And of course, this person I have not seen in a long time, but you do got to turn your camera off. All right. Can you hear me? In the backstage, turn your camera off.
Can you hear me? Oh.
Yes, I can hear Paper Cut Tuna.
Hi, you guys. What's cracking?
You still alive?
Yeah, what's cracking?
Not a whole lot, you know, just another day in paradise. We're discussing what is a tragedy pimp, Paper Cut Tina. Today, what would be your definition of a tragedy pimp?
Well, I took notes, but that's not your question. So
you actually took notes on what I said?
Yeah, I took note. Well, I mean, you know, I typed notes and then I put my little pencil paper thing in the chat. A tragedy pimp. I never even heard the words until this show, and I'm beginning to think that well, we know it's definitely not you, because if you're pimping,
well, no, technically, I mean the word itself would be like anybody that covers tragic events. Majority of tragic events would be a tragedy pimp.
But the pimping part, I hear what you're saying, and you're right on, of course, and I don't hardly know what I'm talking about half the time. But
Even
the
look, here's the
pimping
thing:
part,
even a good pimp gives back to his hoes. You know, in the pimping world,
what?
pimping ain't easy.
Oh,
What I'm saying,
oh,
so if you out here taking and taking and taking and ain't giving nothing back, you know, to me that
there,
is what a tragedy pimp is.
right, right. And the pimping part, like I'm thinking about money. They're making money off you. It's like they're pimping you out. They're pimping you out, Jimmy.
Who, me? Ain't nobody pimping me out. I can
Well,
tell
I
you
mean
that.
okay, they're trying to.
Well, no, I think what people are saying is in the tragedy pimp world is like me, like I go out and cover true crime. Okay.
Right.
That would be considered in this of the word, if you look it up on Google, anybody that covered a majority of tragic events. But I tend to cover more missing, but I do cover tragic events. So I mean, everybody on true crime falls into that category of would be considered technically by the word a tragedy pimp. So would the news.
Wow.
To me,
Okay.
I think it's broader than that. I think anybody that takes and don't give back is a tragedy pimp.
Exactly.
Okay. So
I thought it, sorry, go ahead.
if you're just here to gain and not help anybody,
Okay.
then you're a tragedy pimp. That's my feeling.
Yeah. But don't you like my little aspect on it where they're making money off you too?
Well, I mean,
Like
them
a pimp would make my hooker.
people out there making money off me, of course, you know, well, not lately. People ain't been talking about me lately. So that's a good thing. So nobody's really making nothing off of me, which is a good thing. They
Right.
ain't milk my name too bad lately.
I didn't know that tragedy pimp was a legitimate word or two words. I didn't know. Like I thought it was just a saying that someone kind of made up, but you said you can Google it. And,
You can Google the word tragedy pimp. I mean, it's a
Mhm.
legitimate word. It's just the fact that, you know, that puts everybody into that category. You know, everybody that's into murder, mystery, mayhem kind of thing.
Mhm.
Or if your channel is based on that, then you technically anybody could be called that. But what I'm saying is the word's not broad enough. It needs to be considered in the fact that everybody would be that. But what makes it different is if people are taking and not giving back, you are a tragedy pimp. That's it.
Wow. This is great. This is a really good live for you to, or
I'm
you know,
educating. Write your notes down, Tina.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm having a memory test because of my short-term memory, you know. So I'm gonna get that done at the doctor. But yeah, and I mean, I don't know if
Okay,
you know
drama pimp. See, now I ain't heard of now what is a drama
Oh,
pimp? Is that somebody that just pimps off the drama?
wow.
See, we
Well,
learned something. We're in class today. We're in class today. Okay.
we're in class. You sound like Ernie Shell. Ernie Shell does that. We're in class.
Well, you got to learn on these internet streets as
I
you go
know.
along. You know, like see, people they're kind of putting this word out there saying, "Well, this person's a tragedy pimp," and everybody's calling each other tragedy pimps. But you really need to know what a tragedy pimp really is. Is we got to set the definition in stone of what a tragedy pimp is, because right now a tragedy pimp is anybody that covers true crime. And that ain't what a tragedy pimp is. A tragedy pimp is somebody that covers true crime and takes and does nothing to help or give back to any of the families. That's what I believe.
Good point. Good. Yeah. And it doesn't look, I mean, do most pimps wear purple?
Do I look like a pimp, Tina? I have no clue.
I don't know.
No, most of them are green and gold. The only pimp I've ever met in real life is I met the pimp Don Magic Wand, and he was wearing green and gold. Okay.
Who's Don the Magic Wand or
The
wand?
bishop.
A
The
wand.
bishop Don the Magic Wand. He hangs out with Snoop Dogg all the time.
Oh, Soup Dog has a real
He's an
pimp.
old pimp. He won the Pimper's Ball back in when I was a kid. When I was a kid, Tina, I used to have what they called a cheater box. Okay, a cheater box was a cable box that you could get all the channels on.
Mm.
And they used to have this thing that would come on pay-per-view. It was called the Players Ball, where they awarded the best pimp of the year, like this chalice with diamonds and different things.
Mm.
And I used to watch it as a kid, and that's where I had first seen Don the Magic Wand is on that. And then one day I met him in a hotel. I couldn't believe it. I was starstruck. I don't get starstruck over a lot of people. I was pretty starstruck when I met Don the Magic Wand.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Now, I've never met
So I've always been into pimps, but you know, the whole
Yeah.
tragedy pimp thing, I don't feel that I fall into that definition, you know. And when people call
Yeah.
it to me, I'm like, that is just stupid. You know, if I didn't give back or if I didn't go do these things, yes, I would be a tragedy pimp.
Right. Well, believe it or not, I've never met a pimp.
You never met a pimp?
No. Where would
Okay.
I go to find one? Any city? City street?
I don't know where you'd find a real old
uh,
school pimp these days, to be honest with you. Like last time I seen a real pimp,
mhm.
I was in Atlanta. And this dude was on the
Oh,
corner. I mean, he was wearing the outfit, the cane, the big shoes, everything.
wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
All right,
And then,
King, I appreciate you coming up.
okay. Thank you for letting me come up. Good to half see ya.
All right. All right,
Bye-bye.
peace. All right, guys. Who else is gonna come up? Tell me y'all what y'all think a tragedy pimp is. Stay away from the pimps, Dreamweaver says. I agree. So, I mean, you don't see like that, you know, the old school 60s and 70s pimps anymore. But there's, you know, now it ain't pimping, it's sex trafficking, right? Back in the day, it was pimping. Now these people out there kidnapping, holding women hostage, and things like that. I guess the pimping game is a lot different than the, you know, the sex trafficking game. You know, that stuff is real. We live in a world now where people will throw your ass in a shipping container and you'll be in Russia somewhere, you know, sold as a slave. That stuff is real in this world. So, and I'm sure there is, like I said, they're just not as flamboyant and wearing all the big crazy clothes and drawing so much attention to themselves pimps. But I'm sure there's still some pimps out there. You go to some of them casinos in Vegas, you'll meet some pimps. This is the link. Let me post it one more time for you guys. You are quiet today. But it's been a while since I had a panel. Don't be scared. Dolly ain't going to bite you. Today, we're just discussing what is a tragedy pimp. But I'm sure those up there with the followers can mess with the algorithms. Awesome. See Paper got Tina on panel. Yeah, I ain't seen a lot of you guys in a while. I haven't did a panel in quite a bit. Usually I've been doing the call-ins. You must have to kiss butt to them. All right, y'all. Anybody coming up? Don't be scared. Now, everybody, it seems like, if you covered the Summer Wells case, anybody, you have been called a tragedy pimp. I know that for a fact. Okay. So if you cover the Summer Wells case, everybody's going to consider you a tragedy pimp. All right. Uh-oh. I ain't seen this dude in forever. Oh, Lord. All right. If anybody can guess who's in the backstage, I'll give you a damn bar of Dolly soap. Okay. If anybody can guess who's in my backstage. And don't leave the backstage. If anybody can guess who was in my backstage, I'll give you a bar of Dolly soap. Somebody says Tony, Mab, PJ's coming up, Ernie. Let's see. Here's a chance to win you something on Dolly Vision. Rapper Jay. Who can guess who's in my backstage? Tiger to Tony. Benny? I don't think Benny would be in my backstage. I ain't talked to Benny in a while. Somebody says Triple D. Somebody says Willow. Willow, you know Willow loves me. I'm surprised he ain't here. He might be in the shadows somewhere. Willow, you can come up if you want. Don't be scared. Okay? I won't hold you kissing Queen Bee's ass against you. I'll let you sit on my lap again. All right, hold on. We got 3 Dot Dave with us. 3 Dot.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. What are you doing, 3 Dot?
What's going on with you, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Laura, I see you in the backstage. Give me 1 second. I'll bring you up, okay?
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. What have you been up to there, Playboy?
Just screwing around, you know. Not really been on these YouTube streets much, but
okay,
popped in to hear what you were saying. And, you know, we're talking about tragedy pimps.
Tragedy pimps today on Dolly Vision. Okay, look. I want you to give me your definition of a tragedy pimp.
I think that a tragedy pimp is someone who takes a case and they only use it for their ill-gotten gains. I think that's pretty much the definition of it.
What would that be considered? Like, even if it wasn't financially, would you say that's views and likes? Would that count as tragedy pimping to you?
I do. I think that you go high end on the financials, but it also, you know, to grow your channel.
Yeah, because some people are, you could say, are tragedy pimps and they're doing it for clicks and views. And you could say, well, there's some people that are financially, I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of what a tragedy pimp is, but the word itself describes everybody in true crime and the media.
I agree.
Anybody that covers tragic events is a tragedy pimp.
I think that, I don't know. It's a weird concept, but that is basically true crime, right?
That is basically true crime. That's what I'm saying. So it's like we could all sit around here and call each other tragedy pimps, but
endlessly.
Because everybody's covering true crime. I think it's when you do horrible stuff to profit off of. Like, let's just say the Zav girl thing. That was tragedy pimping 101. Let me sell you a picture of a dead kid. That is tragedy pimping. Okay. Not helping a family, I think, is tragedy pimping. If you're going to talk about the case, make a bunch of money off that case and not done nothing to help the people, I think that's tragedy pimping. You agree?
I do. I you know, I haven't talked about the Mab, what's her name? Mab girl?
Zab.
Yeah, Zab girl. I've never really talked on that. Yeah, I think that but you know, that's the weird thing is that they you know, if you can fork up the money, you get I think she said she accidentally, or they actually accidentally put the pictures in there, right?
You know, that's debatable, but I'm just saying, let's just take Zav girl out the picture. Anybody that does something like that, let's don't use Zav girl, but if you do something like that, you would be a tragedy pimp.
Yeah.
Profiting off the dead.
Well, remember when we were doing the remember we were doing the Gabby Petito, her in the bag, and the image that I think it was MZ or I can't remember the guy who actually, we were talking about it, you know.
I brought Laura up with us because she's been sitting in the backstage patiently.
Right on. And he took that image, right, and it kind of went viral for us, you know. And you were like saying, you know, if you wanna see the image, you know, get me on my Facebook or whatever, and I'll send it to you, right? And I kind of came in after the fact, was like, you know, stop doing that. You know, it's kind of weird, you know.
What image are you talking about in the Gabby Petito case?
Where he like took the image of her in that black bag.
Oh yeah, I never showed it though.
You remember that day? It was like 2 days.
Everybody wanted the picture, and I said there's a image of her, and she was covered in a tarp from the van.
Right.
Yeah, and everybody wanted the image, but I didn't put
Right.
the image behind a paywall.
No. I'm just trying to like go full circle on this. You know, I remember that era. You know, with us,
And I'm not even
and
quite sure if that image at this point was even real.
oh, it's real. And you know, if you look at the I don't know, the cliff notes about the crime scene. So yeah, now we know that she was covered in a black tarp. So that was definitely her.
Yeah,
And
I'm
so
pretty
yeah,
sure it was her. But
yeah, for sure.
I didn't sell the image.
No, you didn't. No, not at all. But there was like the day after and there was a couple days where it was like, you know, because the only way you could share it was through like you know, like a Facebook-y type thing, you know,
Yeah,
and
I don't
everyone
even
was
think,
like going, hey, send it to me, and it was like you were like, yeah, kind of like the arbiter of sending the image to these people, you know.
well, no,
So
these
there's a good
images,
like 100 people out there that was, you know, specifically got the image from you.
maybe so, but them images came from other people to me too. I wasn't the one to find the pictures. Them
Well,
images
no,
were,
that we were the originals for sure, dude. I mean, that I remember when homie like did that with his like a iPhone or whatever. I can't remember. It was like MJ. It was like two initials, and it got sent to you. And I remember that distinctly. You know that because it was, and I was like, I even like went in there was like, hey, even send it to me. I haven't seen it that clear.
wasn't it a photo shot from a helicopter, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
Yeah, that's
It
what
was that surrounding helicopter. I
yeah,
think it
it
was
was
like
a photo that leaked that was shot from that helicopter, and it showed the black tarp
no,
covering him up.
yeah, it wasn't even leaked. It was he basically when we were discussing it, and I was like, dude, I'm like 100 that's her, and he basically I was like, this is the best angle, right? When we were like doing that video, and he paused it and like
Oh,
zoomed in
yeah, he took it from the helicopter footage.
straight from the helicopter footage,
Yeah, okay,
and
yeah,
just
I
kind of
remember.
like took the zoomed in picture, you know, and like and I think it was what do you call it when you do a screenshot? He did a screenshot and then like and then that was the image, you know.
Yeah, I mean, them pictures sometimes get out there. That image didn't show nothing. The one I thought that was bad is when the screenshot got froze of Kylie Rodney in the car, and you could see her. Oh my god, that shit shouldn't have never been on the internet.
Oh, you mean the underwater?
Yeah, you know which one?
No, I never saw
I
that
don't
one.
want to throw no creators under the bus, but
Well,
there
that
was
was
a creator.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll say it. It was the what are those guys? Come on, don't do that.
I ain't doing
Everyone
that.
knows who you're talking about.
I mean, I know everybody knows what I'm talking about, but that was a bad one because that showed
So
her.
you saw the actual footage. You saw an image from you know the
Yeah,
underwater
yeah,
video.
yeah. You could see her pressed up against the
You can
window
see
of the
her.
car. Yeah,
Wow. Wow.
yeah, that's horrible. Some of these things you don't want to see because you never forget them either. You know,
Yeah, I get you.
so it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So
That's true. You know, I was like I don't know. There's that guy that I like. If you look at what I did for my little snippet of true crimey type shit, I was like looking at this Lee Kane guy, right? And I guess he got porn bombed and got like canceled by
mhm.
YouTube, and then he ends up like going over to his wife's channel, and he ends up getting suicide bombed. And
What the hell is that?
that is a guy that I guess 4 or 5 years ago actually committed suicide on YouTube.
Oh Lord! All
He
right.
was on. He went on StreamYard and like took a shotgun out and blew his brains
Okay,
out.
let's
Right.
keep it. This I don't even talk about that stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
right on. But I'm just saying, a lot of people have canned this video, and like
Oh,
they instead of getting porn bombed, you end up getting this guy tricked. You get tricked into like bringing this person on StreamYard, and then everyone that in that stream at that time has to watch someone actually committing. You know
oh,
what I'm
well, yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah. Wow, yeah. That would be horrifying. You know, I would.
Horrifying. You
You
talk about
know,
like looking at an image like they might be a little bit, you know, vague, but this is like some serious shit, you know. And
uh-huh.
anyone that's that creepy to do something like that, dude, karma gets you. So anyone
Yeah,
that wants to pull the trigger on something like that, just know that
Yeah,
you're, you know,
we got a little off topic there, 3 Dot. We were talking tragedy pimping. I don't think this really
well,
has.
that's what I'm saying is like the tragedy pimping is taking someone's suicide video that's got canned somehow and
Yeah,
using that. That's tragedy pimping. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
If you're, yeah, especially if you're making money off of it. Like I said, if you're putting stuff behind paywalls and things of that nature. Now,
Clicks
these
and views.
graphic images are going to be on the internet because there's just, some people are really into these gore sites. Like you can go up there and you can watch all these horrible things. And I don't really think it's a good thing that you can go watch these brutal things, but they're out there on the internet and there's a curiosity for it in true crime, in the crime scenes and the crime scene photos and the details. It's like people want to know these things, and it's some of it's horrific. Some of it you're dealing with some really terrible things, and especially when you're dealing with brutal murders. Like
Yeah.
the Idaho 4, and in having to hear that described is like the wounds and them fighting for it. It's just it's a like. Sometimes
Phases
true
of death.
crime ends good, right? There's some good endings in this, right? Sometimes we share some good stories that people come home. Like the Jake one, like the last one I went on, Jake, he was found, he was good. This last girl, she was murdered. I mean, sometimes there's really good endings, but the majority of the time, they're all sad, terrible endings. And I don't know why so many people are fascinated with it. It draws my attention, and I think it draws the eyes and the attention of a lot of people because we want
Yeah.
to know how crazy our world is.
It's a
You
train
know,
wreck. You know,
it
a lot
is a
of this is
train
train
wreck.
wrecks.
That long as there's a audience for it, there's going to be people that try to push the envelope, so to say. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
If you like, I don't, if you're like, even if you're just like talking shit about somebody, and it like goes from this channel to that channel, it's like it is a big circle jerk. Where
Yeah.
it's like,
When
you get
people are
me?
doing bad, call them out. But when they ain't, stop messing with them. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? If you're out there doing bad stuff, hey, let's say stuff about those people. But if you ain't doing bad stuff, leave those people alone because everybody is basically in the true crime doing the same exact things. But when you push the envelope too far as a community, we do need to police ourselves. Like the stuff that Zav Girl was doing, tend to like that's not acceptable. And as a community, we made it known that that wasn't acceptable. Right. So moving
When I
forward, creators will know, hey, I can't do this shit because the last time somebody did it, they almost got canceled.
well, I thought about like Zav Girl, and I think what she was thinking was,
She won't thinking. I don't think she
I
actually did it harmfully. I just think she won't
I don't
thinking.
think
She's
so
a little
either.
spaced out.
I think she was thinking she was provided that. I don't know if she thought about that it was an accident that she got these images, right? I think she thought it was public consumption because it was given to her. So she thought, I think that she thought that she was
Now
using
here's the
that.
thing. Zav Girl is she's making money, but here's the thing: does she give anything back? Does she do anything to help people? See, that's the question. If she don't, then she's a tragedy pimp. But if she takes her money and she goes and helps people and she does the right things with her money, then she's not a tragedy pimp. It all depends on what is she doing with the finances she's gathering. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know because YouTube is a show. I mean, that's where I'm like always. I kind of like bounce back and forth on this because
It's a mixture. It is
it's
entertainment.
it's entertainment. So I mean, everyone. I don't think that anyone should be ashamed for putting their Patreons and their freaking like all these different apps for donating and things. I'm one of those guys that stand by that it is a show, and it sucks because in a lot of ways drama drives attention. So I mean,
It
if you're
does.
gonna,
I would
you know,
agree with you 100%. I think a lot of people, when it gets slow in true crime, everybody starts fighting with each other to keep everybody interested. I think a
oh
lot
yeah,
of the
no,
fights
that's a
on the
big,
internet are 100% fabricated. I'll just
that's
tell you
huge.
that.
It's
It's
huge.
just people, it's a pissing contest. People really ain't even mad at each other that are talking shit about each other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, you could totally like sit there and just be like, this person, point out all their flaws. and then they come back at you, and it's like, well, I have to see everything they said, and then go back to that channel to see what everyone came back and reciprocated with, and it can go like through 3 or 4 channels. And it's like it is one huge circle jerk. I mean, I am this
Now,
whole circle jerky thing is like where I feel like there should just be a lot more happiness. I don't know how true crime works with happiness,
even the money thing is this, right? Say if you was to go out to see a comedy show that lasted 2 hours, what is a comedy show going to cost you? At least $25, $20 a ticket, something like that. If you was to go out to a movie for an hour and a half, what's a movie going to cost you now? Like $20, something like that. If you was to go play fucking putt, what's that, $20? So anything you do to entertain your mind is going to cost you a little bit of money, right?
right.
So if somebody entertains you, why not help them? Because I got to pay the light bill, I got to pay the damn internet bill. So a lot of people think people give me money to go solve true crime. They don't. They give me money because they support me. Like, I'm not getting money behind missing kids. I'm getting money from people because they support what I do and they enjoy the entertainment that's here. I don't take money in the name of missing kids. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to do what I do, if this safe, I'm going to use me for example. I can't use everybody because I only know my finances. If I was to rely on what I made on YouTube to be able to do what I do, I couldn't do it. But now that I sell the soaps and the candles and all that shit, I make more money. So I'm able to do more with these things. Just like I was able to pack up, go help look for that girl, pay for them hotels. You know what I'm saying? That ain't free. I have to be able to survive in this true crime realm. And that's why I do everything that I do. Now, I can't speak for everybody else's finances because I don't know what they make. But I know here, if it was just off of YouTube revenue alone, I couldn't survive. I would be the brokest tragedy pimp out there. You know what I'm saying?
But what I appreciate with creators is effort. And, when you do the day in and day out grind and you don't lay off for a week or two, you actually come in every day, you know what I mean? Punch the clock. That has to be appreciated because everyone wants a place to go. A lot of everyone out here, just as chatters and wanting to be a part of a live and be interactive. I mean, that is it's a show, freaking.
It takes your mind off of your real world for a little bit. And who don't want to escape reality for a little bit? Everybody knows the world sucks. So this is a good place to take your mind off your problems of your day and hear about some brutal murders and killings and missing people.
Netflix 101,
Yeah.
Find a binge-worthy series and freaking chase it. It just takes your mind off shit.
Yeah, I agree. And that's what, even when I leave here, I'm like, I watch true crime. That's I'll get up there and I'll get on Netflix. I'll start watching true crime documentaries. Caitlin, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do, Jimmy. Thank you for what you do. See, I'm going to eat today. I'm going to eat good too. That's a 20 spot. So,
twin.
Yeah. And I hope that 20 was for your entertainment today. All right. We got Laura in the back. I'm going to leave you up here with me 3 dot. I ain't talked to you in a while. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing, Dolly?
Hi.
Doing okay?
Yes. Today we are discussing what is a tragedy.
But can you take my picture off, man? It's the first time I've done this, so I don't want my face up.
Oh, you got to hit the little camera off button. There's a little thing right there. It says camera on your phone. There you go. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. It's I'm across the water. I'm Ireland, and I've been following you for a long, long time. Okay, and I think you're great. I'm subscribed, and what I think is what's happening here. When you said, I'm not as good as the last guy on talking, but I'm real. When you said tragedy pimp, the word tragedy alone just says what tragedy pimp is. That's the way I look at it. And what I think is that when you dedicate your broadcast, your content, and you just focus on one person, every word they say, and you go through every little word they say and you dissect it, and you make your channel from somebody else. That's the only content. When you come on, Dolly, you giving out, as we call it here, slag over and back. The word slag, the term?
Say
And
that one more time.
what we call it is a slag, like a little bit of a over and back with somebody. This little bit of over and back.
Uh-huh.
You do it right. You don't focus your whole content on one person alone, or your whole content isn't on. Let's just put up. I can't say the names because I know we don't like names going out there, but you don't focus the whole lot on that. You get me?
Yeah.
Even when you put up your panels, like even the days I watch you, right, and you bring sunshine over here to Ireland, and it's been raining non-stop, but like you said the other day, you can go from, it could start off as true crime and end up what we're going to eat today. And I think tragedy pimps, or whatever, the haters, as you say, there's an awful lot of jealousy there. I think they see something that's witty, that you're able to stand up for yourself, bring joy to people. You're a joker. A lot of people take their jokes as serious and
And a
as
smoker.
Yeah, that gets me in a lot of trouble sometimes. But it's
no,
try
a
to
joker,
lighten
a
the mood.
joker. I
He's
said
a
a joker.
He's a smoker.
Joker. Yeah, no, 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 no. But no, but you've got your head on your shoulders, and I think a lot of people will look at that and be jealous of it, and I think that's why they will come down hard on you, because when you get abuse and you get all this stuff, you laugh at it, because that's what you got to do. You can't just fall down, or it's hard in the beginning, but you just got to laugh at these sad people, basically. So it tries
I
to come
agree.
to me.
I think that you should ignore the hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't even. I'm not so much worried about the hate. It's just that I'm just trying to clear up, because nobody's messing with me. I'm not trying to mess with anybody over the word. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out there right now fighting over this word, and they're arguing over this word. But what I'm trying to share with everybody is that the
Mm-hmm.
media and everybody in true crime falls under this umbrella. It's your action is what makes you a tragedy pimp. If you're taking
No.
if you're taking and not giving nothing back, and you're not doing nothing to help, then
Mm-hmm.
you're a tragedy pimp.
Yeah, but even you like, I know I'm across the water, but even you, like, you're doing something even for your own income. You're doing your candles now, yeah, your voodoo,
Exactly.
yeah, and before that, the soap, like, you're not sitting on your ass, and you haven't sat in your ass. You're out there, you're doing something. You're actually helping people. Even if you sat in your ass, Dolly, to be honest with you, you would be a great
Hey,
comfort
Jim.
to an awful lot of people, And that's all I want to say to you. Tragedy pimp is somebody that will get every word that you say and
Yeah.
dissect it and get money. I'm going to say in a weird way for nothing, because that's the blue, and they're actually making fun. Now, I want to say one person here, and that is BHP, and we do know, and that she suffers a lot. And
So,
I don't care who you are, whatever, but the things they say about that woman at times are so, so cruel. And there's no need for it. There is no need for it. If you don't like her, just move on.
yeah,
Move on.
yeah. A lot of
And
people dwell on people, and they
Yeah, I agree. I don't think BHB is I wouldn't consider her. I don't watch her channel. You know what I'm saying?
I think this.
I pop in every once in a while, but I would never consider her a tragedy pimp,
If
because
she,
although
no,
the whole bullhorn thing in itself, I think is where she really gets the hard
yeah, because I think the name
look,
alone,
is because the
yeah,
bullhorn itself
the
is
name,
what they consider the drama.
my
it
thought on
shows
this
strength. Yeah,
is
but it shows
like,
strength. It shows strength. I think bullhorn. When you put that name in front of your name, you're going to crack. You're going to attract crap. You know what I mean? Like
Right. When
like,
you stand out and put yourself on Front Street
yeah,
and
yeah,
like sit there with the bullhorn and stand like 30 feet away from someone's house,
yeah, but
and
not even
here's my
going
thing.
out with it.
Listen,
Not
if
even
you
going out with it. Just having the name. Not
I
even
think
going out
that
with
is
it.
considered. I
Having
think
the name.
that's where people like really like go hyper on. Well, you're making super high drama.
but
You know what I
here's the
mean?
thing,
That
you're not doing
But
anything.
maybe she's confident to do that. Maybe that's why she did that, because she's doing bullhorn Betty, because she's confident now.
Here's
And
the thing, though.
even the name alone.
If you ain't doing nothing wrong out there, I don't think people should be messing with you. Now, if it's just say, we'll use Betty as an example. If Betty was out there doing something wrong, give her hell. If I was out there doing something wrong, give me hell. But when people ain't doing nothing wrong and they're not hurting nobody and they're not bothering nobody, why are all these people on their ass? I don't think
Exactly.
when you're
You
doing
included.
wrong
Yeah,
shit,
you
give that
included.
person hell. But if they ain't doing nothing, if they're out trying to really help and you just think they ain't, that's your
Mm.
perception. Maybe in their mind they
Ex-
think they are. Like a lot of people
Exactly.
tell me I'm not trying to help. In my mind, I feel like I'm trying to help.
Exactly. But if you have good intentions and if you're out there doing what you think is good and you're focusing on that and you're doing it, and yeah, she's a YouTube channel, she's going to have to say it. Like she's not going to just go out there and hide away. So yeah, you're dead right. What she's and you know what? I don't see her doing much wrong. Okay, she might get hot tempered, but she's a woman. We all do. Like might be
I'm gonna
passionate.
stay quiet on that one.
Yeah, but she's passionate. And no, but she's
She's
a passionate
passionate,
lady.
that is for sure.
Yeah, she's a passionate lady. And she will fight
She's
her
got
fight. And she'll be
balls.
right. Yeah, yeah, she has. Although she might disagree with that in one way or another, but yeah. She,
I don't think she. I think that she probably hangs that as like a badge of honor.
I like it. And what happened when I started joining now, but Jolly, I've been with you for about a year and a half.
Thank you.
Subscription. But when I joined, it was and I'll be honest with you, another person I watch an awful lot, and I'm going to say straight up, is JLR. The man seems to be everywhere. I don't know how he does it, what he does. I don't know. The man sleeps. I don't know what man he's doing, but he's starting to going to cover hurricanes, sorry. So
Well, he's gonna have some competition soon. He better move over in that bush.
yeah, I was going to say that because you said the last time when there's something going on in the bush, there'll be two of you there, and what are you going to do?
I don't
That'll
know.
be
You don't want to fight Dolly over a bush. I know that.
oh,
That's
there'll
gonna
be
get some views, right?
at the end of the day, every one of you, the way I look at it, have your channel, and in part, it is your business, it is your dedication. You do like when people are watching you, they think you just come in and you just can just turn on the computer and chat away. No, there's more to it than that. And you're doing your bath bombs or and your soap and stuff. And I was there thinking like, how can I get? But see, in Ireland, I don't know. I don't know how to do. Look, I'm just stupid. Anyway, I'm just stupid. Um, and stupid does as stupid says. But I know. I think though, with going back to Tragedy Pimp, the guy that was on there as well, he's very well spoken. I probably am not, but I do have
Could
a
you?
heart, and I
I'm
do.
sorry. Could you like just slow down just a hair? There's a
Okay.
little bit of distortion in your call. So if,
You know,
if you just slow down just a little bit, you'd be much more clear.
I was
Am I
thinking the
talking?
same thing, Dave.
Am
I
I
was
talking very fast?
Yeah, you
Yo,
speak a
you're talking a
little
little fast,
fast.
but I mean, there's also a connection issue, just a hair. So if you just like slow down, just like slow it down just a hair.
Well, I was just saying, I don't know your name. Sorry. Can I hear your name again, please?
That's
I'm
three
three
dot
dot.
Dave.
I can't hear. Sorry.
It's all
I'm
good.
I'm 3 Dave, and that is Dolly Vision.
So I can call you Dave. Is that okay?
Yes, Dave.
Dave?
Dave's good for
Dave.
me.
Yeah. Dave. Well, I'm Laura, as you probably see, but sorry about that, Dave.
No,
No,
Hiya.
I'm just saying
I was
you
trying
were
to
a
help
very
out the channel.
well spoken man, and I'm just not that way, but I do have a heart, and when I see people on YouTube, even down to their hair, even down to what they're wearing, getting slammed, and that's even mild. It's disgusting. And so a tragedy pimp to me, and that was the question, is somebody that will harbour on every word you say and dissect it, and will throw you out there to an audience for their views, for their
Yeah.
money, and it's jealousy too. And it's three things. I think it's jealousy, it's the money, and they're just nasty people. I myself, if I was a YouTuber, I couldn't be a YouTuber because I'm a sensitive person. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Mhm. So, but then again, I heard a few started off that way, and they became stronger because
Hi,
they got strong, they got burned.
it's me, Short Legs.
Hey, short legs.
Hi, hi,
Hi.
are you Laura too?
Lori, yes.
Yeah, two Lauras. So how are you doing, Laura Shortlegs? How are you keeping, lovely?
I'm good. I
I'm
just
glad.
wanted to say that, many of us focus on tragedies because
we've had one in our life,
That
and
is
we know how to help
exactly.
people through them. And that's a very important thing. And one thing about this tragedy stuff I don't really approve of, like when it came to Bullhorn Betty, was
Yeah.
when they started following people to their place of employment and they started
She did.
losing their
Yeah.
jobs. Like, I didn't
That
agree with that.
that was
Yeah,
the case with
I didn't really
Summer
like
I
Wells.
didn't agree with
Summer
that
Wells.
part of it. I believe all men need to work. Eventually, they will face the law and face their judgment, but I didn't feel that they should follow them to their place of employment.
I do understand that, but the place of
does that
employment,
make you a
not
tragic
him.
pimp,
But
though?
the place of employment didn't have to sack him. She followed him there. Why did the place of employment sack him?
Right, and then
So if I was in a place of employment that I was
they were
valued,
fired.
wanted, and needed, then if somebody was outside roaring at me or giving out about me, I'm sure if I had a good boss or a good,
Okay, hold on. Let me use this as an example for both of y'all
A
real
boss
quick.
can only take so
Hold on,
much
hold on,
of
hold
that,
on,
though.
hold on, guys, hold on. Alexi Tarvizio is the girl that threw her baby in the trash, right? She's in
yeah,
college. She went to the prom. Right now,
yeah,
everybody in her college is signing petitions to get her kicked out that college. It's
okay.
not much different than that. But I don't agree with that. Okay, I don't agree with going to people's jobs. I totally disagree with that. But if you look in society, as I'm saying, right now, there's 2,000 people that signed a signature to get this girl out to school. They don't even want her into college, the kids,
You're right, but
what she's
that's
done.
that, Dolly.
Now,
Can I just? Was she the wee girl that gave birth in the hospital that time and ran down the hallway?
okay, say that one more time, a little bit
She
slower.
gave birth and put her baby in a bag,
Yeah.
She was the wee
and it
girl
passed
that was in the
away.
hospital. She was in the hospital. Is that the girl you're on about? And when she went in, the mother was there. The video is out there. She ran down the hall holding herself, and she ran down and gave birth and placed the baby in a bag and then bag on top. And is that the girl we're on about? The drama there?
Yeah, the one that had the baby went in the bathroom and had the baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
some
Tore
she,
through
crazy
the
shit.
umbilical cord, put the baby in the
yeah,
trash. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is, there's people trying to get her out to school. Is that we go to this thing, and yeah, it's wrong, but people seem to do that shit. I don't agree with it, me myself personally, in affecting people's employment, especially when
You don't agree
know
with
they're
what, bro?
guilty, right? Because I don't. We
Okay,
don't
Hold on,
can I
hold on,
just say
hold
one
on,
thing here?
Hold on.
No,
Wait a second, Jimmy. You say
no,
you
because
don't agree with what,
going to people's places of employment. Like you
right?
don't know
And
darn
this
well
girl,
get it.
no, hold on. This is a pregnant girl that gave birth, without a hospital or any kind of birthing. She gave her own birth, and then took this child and put
she
it
freaked
in
out.
a
She
trash
freaked
can,
out. She
right?
freaked out.
She
Yeah.
freaked out and then went about her business.
Yeah, but I'm just using that as the same example. People
She
trying to
was
get your child
apparently
out of
terrified of her
school
mother.
or any of that
Sorry,
stuff.
Yeah,
Dave.
I think
Dave,
that's exactly where a lot of
What?
people that want to
Dave,
attack on this situation
Yeah,
would
what Dolly is saying,
she
Dave,
you
what
have to like
Dolly is
hold on,
saying,
can you
Dave,
it
Okay.
needs to be put in like some kind of like mental health
no, but
genre
Look,
sorry,
guys,
for
Dave, what
her. She
Dolly
wasn't
is
being
saying is,
malicious. I think she was
yeah,
just basically
no,
okay,
under
guys.
Dave, what
high.
Dolly is saying is, what Dolly is actually saying is, all these,
All right, hold on, guys. Look, everybody can't talk at once. I took y'all down because I like y'all all talking exactly at the same time. So we got to go like kind of one at a time because everybody's talking. We're not going to be able to understand everything. And then when everybody's talking at once, I feel like I'm schizophrenic and there's a bunch of people in my head. Okay. So one at a time, I'm going to bring you back in. All right.
right, Dave, I just want to say something, sorry, Dave, what Dolly
No,
was
it's okay.
saying there,
It's all good.
what Dolly was saying there was, all these people signed a petition not wanting that young lady in there, right, okay? And he said that was wrong because what she's done is whatever, but she's still got to have her life, okay? So it was wrong. And what happened down there, your man lost his job. But this man, to me, was a grown ass man that was known to the community, never had a constant job. And yes, BHB, I'm going to say, went down and roared a few fucking things. But if he had a good boss, If he had a good boss, the boss would have said, you know what? Come here at 9 tomorrow. We'll ignore her. Why did he lose his job over a woman with a bullhorn?
Yeah, I don't, I don't agree with going there to his job and getting him fired because you might think Don did it, but you don't 100% know he did it. And if you knew he
I
did
don't
it,
know. But I don't
then
know who did it. I haven't a clue. I haven't a clue. And then the more the stories are coming out, the more that's going on there. It's like, and you're across the water. I told you for me, it's
yeah.
the saddest case I have heard. We know where she lived. We're supposed to know where she was at that pool,
I
and
don't think
that's
in Ireland that they're allowed to protest like that. I think they would go to jail.
I myself, to be honest, I wouldn't. But when you've been there and you become very passionate, and it's happened with people, even domestic fronts, when people become passionate, another side takes over, and we all know that. And I think there, at that moment in time, people were, and a kid goes missing, and it's all up in the air, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air. No one knows what's going on. I can't blame Don. I haven't got a clue who he is. I can't blame Candace, or as they call her because she's Candace, she's now Grandis. I can't blame, to be honest with you, in years to come.
I mean, I can blame him. It just don't mean I'm right. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
but
Yeah,
Blame
yeah,
whatever
it's like
you want. Don't mean you're right.
the way I
I think
see
that
it
a
is
lot of
in
these
years to
creators are
come.
thinking like they're like the judge and jury. They've already like
Yeah,
they
well,
came to their
they got to
they've
slow
already like
down.
decided.
They got to
Hey,
slow
Laura,
down.
look,
There's
we
three
got some,
kids.
we
There are
got some
three
other people.
boys.
We
There are
got some
three
other
boys
people
in that house, and those boys will talk in time. There's three boys
Yeah,
taken from that home.
Hey, Lori, we got some other people in the backstage. I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. You have a good one.
Listen, mind yourselves. God bless everybody. Peace.
Later. All right, in
Right.
the back, we're gonna bring in Shanae Nay. We got Sweet Leaf back there too. I'll bring you in a minute, Sweet Leaf. Hey, Shanae Nay.
Hey, Dolly, I'll be quick. My opinion of what a tragedy pimp is versus a true crime creator. A true crime creator actually covers a case, reports on it, and has discussions about it. A tragedy pimp takes the cases, exploits the victims, exploits their family, and goes real life in order to gain clout and cash.
So you would say, what do you consider like going real life, like on a victim? Like, give me like an example.
Okay, well, the Wells are a perfect example.
Like you saying, showing up at Don's job because that's what she was. We've been discussing. I'm gonna tell everybody I don't agree with showing up at people's jobs, especially if you're not 100% certain. Because I mean, I know people think Don did it, they think Candace did it, but if there was proof they did it, they would be in jail.
Right.
Right. So I'm not one to stand outside Don and Candace's house and never scream at them. I sat down with them and talked with them. Yeah, I even told Don, I said, look, I don't agree with that people going to your job thing. You would never have to worry about me showing up at your job or anything like that. I'm just out here to search and look around. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But does that fall under tragedy pimping?
I think so, because they're not reporting on a case at that point. They're exploiting the case. And they're exploiting the people involved.
I think the word
Okay, well, there have been
exploitation.
situations
Hold on.
where
I think
the
exploitation is exactly
paperwork hasn't been released.
that it would
I
be
think
relatable to tragedy
Okay,
pimping.
I gotta drop
I
down.
think-
I'm watching my granddaughter, and
Okay.
but I just wanted to come up real quick and say that's my definition: is
Okay.
someone who exploits a case versus
I think exploitation is
reports
a great
case.
word.
But I'll talk to you later.
Peace. I don't think they exploited that case. What I think they did is harass the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? I think it's harassment.
Yeah, that's
I don't think it's exploitation. I mean, it may fall a little tiny hair of that, but it was more harassment. Let's go harass this dude. You know what I'm saying? I think that was more of it. And the only reason it's harassment to me is because of the uncertainty of it. Now, if they were saying Don was the number one suspect, he did it, yeah, then I would say give him what he gets. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
Don Wells is not Leilani. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I thought that's where I'm like that where I get a lot of shit is because I kind of back up the whole Leilani thing. Is that it was almost it kind of leaned in that like more touching in the 90s percentiles
It was
of
90,
her guilt,
98, at least 98.
right?
You know
And
what I'm
I
saying?
feel like where you got shit for like finding them at the bar and getting that information, doing your decent. I thought it was a decent job as
You
being a
know that's
reporter.
going to be used against her in court, right?
For sure,
Yeah,
because that is
that's gonna be used against her in court, and you can thank Dolly for that one. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
that's I get a lot of shit for that, and because of the police coming out with the statements the way they did, with the incriminating, they incriminated her in
Bad.
their statements,
Yeah.
and so it was like a domino effect of like now it almost emboldened the protesters. You know what I'm saying? Where you have
Well, I don't
people
think nothing
coming
like
from
that's.
all over.
I don't think nothing like that going to ever happen again. You know?
No, I'm sure that is exactly the police. They're going to be like, don't do. But I feel like that they were probably doing that because they wanted to win. I think they had the case in hand. They knew what was going on, and they wanted to like voice, "We got this."
Yeah, but sometimes the general public, they don't have much faith in you because we've seen so many other shit go bad that they don't have a lot of trust in the cops. And I think that's why there was people protesting, because people just wasn't trusting in the cops.
Yeah, when I researched that area and the police department and the sheriff's department,
just think about this. There's 2 YouTubers out there. There was me and Betty. The rest of all them other people were from there. Them are all people from Savannah.
Yeah, no. That night when they were like shining the lights on the house, like doing like it looked like some kind of like a Waco type of like harassment.
Yes, that's what it looked like to me, is some Waco shit. I swear
that was the resident. That was people in the area coming in and screwing around. That's from what I gathered.
Yeah, I mean, and so I don't know. It's you got everything. Every case is a little bit different. Every situation is a little bit different. Like the Jake stuff was way different than the Georgia stuff. The girl I was just looking for, that was way different than the Georgia. All of it's different. Everyone has its own unique vibe or different.
Well, a lot of people said with Leilani that she put her child into the trash, and there was video of it. There was proof of that.
Hey, Sweet Leaf, could you?
So that's what upset so many people, and the
can you
police
turn your
wouldn't
camera
release
off,
any
Sweet Leaf?
information.
Yeah, I also think that whole thing where the mom was like when she was like saying, about like justice for Quentin, and she was like saying to Leilani, come on, say it. It just when if that all of a sudden Quentin gets found, people are gonna get pissed.
And there's a lot of emotion flying out there that day.
Emotions, man. Yes. It drives the emotions when you like totally go, wow, this is like so scumbag.
You get caught up in it. You get caught up in it so fast. You not even trying. It's so emotional, so crazy, so out of this world that you just get sucked into it. You can't help but to say something. You're standing there with a baby killer. You know what I'm saying? How can you not say nothing?
You get shit for
like they had proof
that
that the baby was thrown in the trash, and they didn't arrest right away, and that was very disturbing.
The bad thing about this is the people in the area knew she threw the baby in the trash before the people even came out and said that she threw the baby in the trash.
Yeah, leaks.
Everybody knew. Everybody knew was the crazy thing, and that was the craziest experience. Oh my God. And I pray to Jesus nothing like that ever happens again. Ever.
It's like
that whole experience as YouTubers, like everyone saw that in true crime, and that becomes a template about like how do you get views, clicks and views. You
don't want it to turn into a circus. I can say this. I did not want that to turn into a circus.
Shit show is what they call it.
Yeah, or a shit show. I didn't want it to. I didn't have no clue whatsoever that was going to turn into what it did. No way. And that was a little bit of, I don't know what blew it up so big, but it blew up big.
I think it's
Crazy
like
big.
being in prison and people catch wind that you're a baby killer. They're gonna come after you.
I
It's
don't know.
it's
There were
kind of
so
like
many people interested. In the beginning, it was nobody cared about it. It wasn't even that big of a deal. And then just like overnight, it was huge. You're talking, I don't know. I guess that's the importance of getting the word out there, you know, blow something up like that. And some of the stuff,
Attention. Yeah, attention.
some of it was done to get attention. You know what I'm saying? And
the same. People react almost the same.
and a lot of people I think Betty does a lot of things to get attention and to get media out there and to get, it's everything she does, the best things. I don't know, but she, if you want to get some damn attention on something, Betty will get you some attention. It might be a lot
True
of
that.
negative attention,
She's,
but you'll
when
get
she makes her
eyes on
decision, she's decisive. When she she's like her own little judge jury and goes, I believe this, and she voices it really loud. And if she really believes it hella hard, she will be out there with the bullhorn.
Yeah,
She'll
but the bad thing about that is when you're wrong, you know.
Oh, don't be wrong.
It's great
Don't be
when
wrong.
you're right. It's great when you right to be so gung ho.
Be
like
wrong
that.
and be destroyed.
But when you gung ho like that and you may be wrong, it ain't as good. You know what I'm saying? When she's right, hell yeah, be like Nancy Grace. You know, she used to scare me, but now I understand it. It's a passionate lady that she's dealt with some of the craziest shit, some of the scummiest people, and she has maybe a better perspective on this horrible world that we live in than you. And you,
Right,
you
but she, that, again, that whole thing with the Idaho 4, where she went out there with her with a table
Nancy
and
Grace,
shit, right?
Is Nancy
She got that
Grace a
whiplash.
tragedy pimp? Is she a tragedy pimp?
That's what I'm saying, is that the community was saying she was.
Is John
and then all of a
Walsh?
sudden you got people like jumping on it and going, yes, she is, right? So she really got hit with, she basically was a tragedy pimp, is what she was being called.
I mean, you got John
Right?
Walsh made millions off of
Yeah,
tragedy.
I think that's where
You got Nancy Grace, rich as
that
shit.
came from.
Tragedy. I mean, these.
Bullhorn Betty being so loud.
So I mean,
But it was the fact that they were making money that seemed to bother other people. Now, this is not, Fortune 500 companies. This is just YouTube people. They're not making a fortune on YouTube.
If
okay?
anything, you're barely surviving.
They're following these cases because they believe in the law and they want the laws to work and not fall apart due to bad lawyers and lawyers that take payoffs and have judges in their pockets and things like that. We don't want that to happen in America.
Right? You could call lawyers tragedy pimps. Right?
We want to keep the laws, firmly enforced.
And short legs, I'd like to add to that, because this is why I called in, is that media is not that informative, and you can call it entertainment, Dolly, but for me, it's not entertainment. It's like informative. If there's a trial going on or something like this happen, I want to see behind the scenes. I want to watch the court and watch what is put out there before the court. So to me, it's informative. It's not like a comedy show where you pay.
Yeah, but if you don't, I can sit there and bore you to death, and you can watch C-SPAN. But if you don't add no entertainment to that, who the hell is going? You want everybody in this world.
And you know what? Everyone wants breaking news.
Yeah, everybody wants the news, information, be entertained. They want to,
and they want to be like fresh, brand new news, like something brand new.
Well, sleuthing,
never seen before.
Like Dolly, he finds out things because he has that kind of personality that's behind the scenes that will come out, maybe not right away because he's that kind of person, but it's going to come out, and it's going to be something that news doesn't really have that perspective over. And so that's what intrigues me to
Yeah, I
watch
think
a
YouTube is
lot
a
of
lot of
this.
opinions, and people tune in to hear other people's opinions on things. You
Yeah,
know, or
exactly.
share opinions, right? I think YouTube is a great place to share opinions, or people come here to listen to your opinion. Because and if you add a little bit of news, entertainment to it, a little bit of everything for people, then I think more people are intrigued to watch it. You know,
And
um,
sometimes, like my granddaughter brought it to my attention. I've been raised where there's a lot of things that's happened in my lifetime, so I feel more comfortable and put in that situation. Like, I watch this stuff because I'm comfortable with it, but I also do it because I it takes the burden off of like what happened to my son, to my
uh,
fiance, and what's happened to me. I can see other people have it more worse than I have. So it makes me a little bit more, have more grace, you know, because I do feel for these people. And what I think that I've been through isn't anything like a lot of people have gone through. So I don't try to separate myself and be such a victim, you know.
hey Don, can you?
Hello, how are y'all?
I'm pretty
Hello.
good.
I'm enjoying the panel. We've missed it tremendously, just saying.
Oh,
Yes,
awesome.
it's been awesome to see everybody chatting and stuff.
Hi,
It,
Dawn.
hi,
Yeah,
What
it's
is
a
Lori.
your
crazy.
view on this
It's a crazy
tragedy
topic.
stuff?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like tragedy pimping, like there's a lot of tragedy pimping. In my opinion, what a lot of the creators do that follow families and that do their best to help the family. I do not consider that tragedy pimping. Um, Now there are channels that turn creators that follow families and help families into their own reaction videos and things like that are total tragedy pimps in my opinion. When people are hating on you or bullhorn or anybody that's doing a good job and trying to get out there to get the word out to spread the word and things like that. That is being a tragedy pimp.
Yeah, if
That's
they're
letting
sitting
you do
around
all the
doing
work.
Here's
nothing
the
but
thing, though.
criticizing others, that's a
Here's the thing.
problem.
I don't
They're,
really.
they're
I thought.
suffering something
See,
in their
me
head.
myself, I have a different feeling about that. I don't really so much care about them channels that drag me because I drag them channels. So I open myself up for a little bit of the shit that I get. Honestly, just to be truthfully, I poke at them, they poke at me. So I don't really consider what they do to me is their tragedy pimps because
Hold on.
they're just,
Can I
they're
ask
just,
a question?
they're just
Hey
throwing a
Tim,
shock
I know
back
you're on a
at me.
tangent, man. I want to know what is the name for the people that take a tragedy pimping like a moment and then like viral that over and over again on their video to like expose the tragedy pimping and freaking and using that tragedy pimping to pimp their own channel. What is
It's
that
it's tragedy
that
leech.
circle jerk?
It's
Tragedy
a
leads,
tragedy
yes.
leech. Yeah, somebody that leeches off of somebody what they would consider because if
So it's a
everybody
tragedy
is a
pimp, a
tragedy pimp,
leech.
right? If everybody in true crime is a tragedy pimp, then somebody that is on their back would have to be some type of leech or parasite. It would be a tragedy parasite or a tragedy leech because they're leeching off the person that's out there. I mean, I don't know. I think
And
everybody's
are
into
able
the
to
same thing.
like wait, they also get to plant the flag like I'm exposing them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so
like they're
everybody's into the same
treating people like
thing.
they're prey,
Everybody's into
preying
the
on
same thing, but
people.
won't work together. That's the crazy thing. Everybody's into the same thing. We're all into true crime, but are at each other's throats.
But the thing is, look at it like this, okay? You have a tragedy that happens, okay, in general. Somebody's missing, somebody's murdered,
Well,
somebody's
that's true
whatever.
crime.
Okay, that's
That is
true crime.
exactly.
That's a
It's all
tragedy.
tragedy.
But that's a tragedy, though. Like, it's tragic that that
It's all
happened to that
tragedy.
person, right? Okay, say for instance, Dolly. Dolly goes
YouTube
out.
stalking.
He's trying to go
I'm
out and
sorry.
he's trying to do the work of like trying to find this person or trying to do all the, you do all the grunt work. You're trying to get the name out there. You're putting flyers up, whatever. That's the hoe's job, okay? If we're looking at this as like a pimp situation, right?
Yeah, I'm getting hoed out. Are you right?
You're getting you're such a hoe, Dolly.
They're
Jeez.
they're making the money while I'm doing fucking
While
work.
the
You're right.
the pimps are saying you ain't doing a good enough job, but
Yeah, I
Dolly,
thought
you're
it was
out
a
there
pimp
doing
this
this.
whole time. I've been a hoe.
Right?
You've been a hoe
Yeah.
the whole time. Just saying. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
the
that when you're on the
pimp,
four wheeler,
Damn you,
right?
Don. You just
You
rained on
didn't
my
do a
whole
good enough
parade.
job.
I was strutting around the house today like Ric Flair and shit. I was like, woo, I'm a pimp. Now I'm just a hoe.
look, you're just a hoe. I'm just saying. But if you look at it that way, the pimps, they get all the money, they get all the fame, they get, or whatever. Like they're getting all the views from what your hard work is doing. That's why I say they're a tragedy pimp. That's my definition of a
Bro, I'm a
tragedy pimp.
tragedy hoe.
You're a tragedy hoe. You're not a tragedy pimp.
Damn. Damn. Why you doing me like that, Don? Why you doing me like that?
Hey, there's good hoes and bad hoes. Come on now.
All right, y'all gotta give me a second. I'll be right back.
Oh goodness.
I wonder how
No,
much
but
he's making on being a hoe.
right.
I
Look,
short news. Hi, Rose.
I'm
Well, it's
he does
disturbing
a
that
great
others
job.
are making money off of, speaking of the stories and things that Dolly puts out.
Right. It's like they're not capable or
Yeah,
comfortable
like
in
they're
doing the
not
work
doing the work.
themselves.
They're not getting out there and helping, people.
Right.
Well,
They're
But
I
just
know
maybe
my
maybe they can't
making
get out
money
there.
off
But
criticizing and
listen,
being kind of like
there's
empty.
other ways to help where you don't have to leave your chair too. So maybe this
They
message will get out to them, and they'll realize, hey, well, maybe I can help from sitting at my chair because everybody might. Some people might have a bad leg. Some people might have a bad back. They might not be able to go do these things. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are going to, have super chats on and take money, help somehow. If the family's short, send them fucking dinner. Ask them, hey, do you need, that lady has a baby. Send her some diapers. Do something cool for somebody. Help somebody. You can do
smart.
it from your chair. You can be a saint right from your chair. You don't have to even get up. You can be a good person and do the right thing. Or you can take that money and do whatever the hell you want to do with it and be a tragedy pimp.
yeah, like that
Exactly.
purple haired girl. Like, what did she ever do, for Leilani and her mother? Nothing, you know?
I mean, I
Things
don't know what these creators did. I'm not pointing no fingers at anybody. I'm just saying, hey, if you want to do these things, do something good. Even if you just do something good in your community, try to help somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jim, have you ever taken funds and donated something?
We do a food drive.
Yes.
I mean, you
What-
just have to be involved.
He has $5,000 reward out for anybody that knows anything about Summer Wells.
Yeah, that too. And that reward still stands.
And I'm sure if he had more money, he'd put more money out.
I thought the Summer Wells reward fund got spread out to the police.
Yeah, but we're just talking about
I didn't
Dolly.
donate. I didn't donate to the reward fund.
Hmm.
It was almost over time I got into it. Because you got to remember, I was late getting into it because I was covering Gabby Petito. I wasn't even a true crime channel then. That's when everybody.
I remember the
That's when everybody was
inception of
stealing
it
money.
back in the
That's
day.
when everybody was up here stealing money from people for like billboards and shit like that. I'm glad I missed all that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess a bunch of people had came up and did a bunch of fraudulent shit before I got into true crime, right? And it was all behind the Summer Wells stuff. So when I came into Summer Wells, I had already knew people were fucking stealing, doing crazy stuff. So it was like walking into already a circus. When I got here, it was already a circus.
Yeah,
I
think that's. I think Gabby Petito was the original circus.
So I don't know. I didn't feel like I was at a circus in Gabby Petito. I felt like I was a circus when I came over to
That
True
was
Crime and got in
that
Summer
was a
Wells.
plethora of. It just had so much when it came to content. every new piece of information was the bag.
Because it was so central. It was so all mainstream media. That's why it was
Yep.
so big.
Yep.
And there was it was her smile, and they were the life they were living is like the life a lot of people wanted to live, travel the country, see these places, sleep on the beach. So everybody,
Their life is hard and stressful.
yeah, everybody
They're not
like
used to that kind of life. I mean, I've lived that, not the van life, but I've
Well,
lived.
Gabby Petito had her own YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could
And
and
people
they
were
had their
following
courses
her. She
plotted.
was fun and happy, and
That's what
she
we've
had so
seen.
much to live for.
No, there was something about that you knew where she left from, and you knew like where, because of her snapshots and her tracking, right? You knew where they were, what states they were, where they were in, how many days they were there, and then you had just this tracking history that everyone really, as true crimers and researchers, we were all about, like, what happened in these areas in those days. It was like super
Three Dot.
trackworthy.
Are you a tragedy pimp?
Me?
Yeah.
I guess so, because I was in Gabby Petito. I was like, dude, I was like trying to, like, you want to like put it all together as like one big picture. You have all these little snippets, and you try to piece it all together. And I thought that at one point, I thought that I had it all. It was like, I've got the big picture.
Yeah.
So
So I mean,
Wait, can you
that
finish
just
your
makes
story?
you
Please?
that just makes you into true crime. You know what I'm saying? That's like everybody's into that stuff. You can't not be into it. So if we're all the same, why are we out here calling each other names? Why is that even a thing?
I think it's the money. I think it's the money, and it's the memberships. It's the freaking like it's all the dono-y type shit. It's like, that's where, well, if you're gonna like when it came to like Summer's Day, right? Everyone was saying like, no one on this day should like get donos.
Yeah.
That's like what was kind of like the underlying thing, is like, this should be like a coveted day that shouldn't have any kind of like any money love. And that's where I'm like going, that doesn't make sense, because if you're the only reason why a lot of creators are out here, because the money drives the channel. If you're gonna ask, like, this isn't PBS. It is kind of PBS. This is exactly PBS.
The thing.
Oh, something I wanted to say
should
was,
not drive the channel.
wait a minute.
The money should be put in the gas tank. You see what I'm saying? You should drive the channel.
Human remains have been found
in
on
Tennessee.
Grassy Branch Road.
Yep. But they don't say if they're what size remains. They don't say if their children remains. They don't. Not yet, but
no, they don't know yet.
But a lot of people go missing in Tennessee. Summer Wells ain't the only missing child in Tennessee. As soon as something happens in Tennessee, everybody goes to Summer Wells. But look, there's a lot of people missing in Tennessee. There's a lot of kids missing all over the place. So not only kids, but adults, and they did find human bones in Tennessee. They haven't said if they're kids or adults yet. Is it possible it could be Summer Wells? Anything at this point is possible, but it wasn't in the area of Summer Wells. So, but anytime somebody says something about Texas, Tennessee, no matter what part of Tennessee, it could be in Nashville, and people be like, yo, there's.
Well, there also was a body found in the middle of a cornfield in Greenville, Tennessee, which might be a different missing girl. Yeah.
So there's so many people missing, and people come up missing every day. So we like to jump to conclusions just because they find a bone at Summer Wells is kind of, unless you're in an area that only has one missing person, then you can kind of.
I'm gonna step down so somebody else can come up. Okay.
All right, sweet leave. Earthquake.
Bye.
We couldn't just let her jump down. I had to kick her. It ain't the same. All right, this is the link to get in. Kick it with us. today, like I said, we're discussing tragedy pimps, and like I said, I believe that all true crime is tragedy pimps according to the word. But I think that word has to be defined a little bit better, and would be if you're taking and not helping, and for
Yeah, I think
gain,
the whole. I think that pimp.
you're a tragedy
I
pimp.
think the word pimp should be like we should find the thesaurus, like and find maybe something that gets rid of pimp, and like finds a new word for the
Yeah,
pimp
that's a
part.
horrible word.
Yeah, the
Pimp.
tragedy is there. Everyone knows this is all about tragedy,
Yeah,
right?
true crime is tragedy. There's no doubt about that.
It's the
All
pimp.
of it's tragedy. Yeah, the pimp part.
Hey, Mab,
Hey,
what's
Mab.
going down?
How you doing? I'm just waking up.
Oh, good morning,
Yeah, good
Hey,
morning.
Matt, how
Mab,
you
I
feeling,
want to
man?
say,
How's
Matt.
the job, bro?
I think you should get a second opinion on the work you've had done on your throat.
On my face.
Yeah, so I just
I
have
think you
to
need a
Little
say
second
bit of
that
opinion on
that.
that face. Hey, you want a second
because
opinion on your face,
you
Mab? I'll
weren't.
give you one.
You said you weren't getting any therapy, and that bothers me.
There's no
I think
therapy
you need a
that can be
second
given.
opinion.
Short legs, when they stretch your nerves, it takes a long, long time for them to come back, especially if you're almost 60 when you have the operation.
Look, if you want something done with that face, we're gonna need to start praying to baby Jesus as a whole group. Okay, we're gonna need everybody in the chat room right now to gather hands. Press
Oh,
one. That's the same as gathering hands. Everybody press one, and we're gonna pray for Mab's face right now. Little Lord,
How
baby
about
Jesus.
this face?
This face needs
We're gonna
prayer in the morning too.
we're gonna pray for Mab's face and Mrs. Mab's eyeballs, that she don't have to look at Mab's face. Jesus, help him have a better face. All right.
Mrs. Mab, get
Amen.
him a second
Amen.
opinion.
Amen.
Short legs, what could I do
Amen.
now to get it? It's done. They cut my jaw. They cut the upper and lower of the jaw. They stretched it out. And they put plates in it. I can't
It's
go
gonna
back
take
to that.
time.
Hey,
Some injuries take time, Mab. You're getting older, things don't heal
I
fast,
know.
you know,
Yeah,
slow.
he's been healing
Coming
for a couple
back.
months now. He's good
For a
now, right?
while.
You good, Matt?
It's coming
3
back
months
so
ago, you
slow.
were gnawing on popsicle sticks. You're coming along, man. Just give it some
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
How long
last
has it been since
time
you had the
I had
surgery?
metal in my mouth and it was all numb, so it felt better than it does now.
Turtle Gang says she loves your face, Mab. See, everybody, I'm just picking on you, Mab.
How long
Thank
has
you,
it been
man.
since you did the surgery, Map?
Excuse me?
How
How
long
long has
has
it
it
been?
been since you did it?
A year next week.
You're next week.
Wow.
Well, everybody
Mab,
feels
you
differently.
know, when you started your true crime channel, you are now officially a tragedy pimp. What's going to be your pimping name?
I'm
Loke
not going
Mab?
to be a tragedy pimp.
Hold
Okay.
on. Let's all mute. What is Mab's definition of a tragedy pimp?
Okay. What is your definition of a
Tragedy
tragedy?
pimp is somebody who solely tries to make money off of other people's tragedies.
Solely.
Solely.
Doesn't.
So it's all about money. There's no
Yeah.
heart in there at all. It's all
No.
about just
I
getting
don't
that
think
money.
it's all about
Money,
money.
money, money, money.
I think it's about
Well,
clout
tell
these
you.
days. And I hate to say that word because it's made up by
Money, money,
kids,
money.
right? And I always like, what the hell is clout, right? But I do think that is a real thing, right?
Clicks and views.
Clicks and views. I do think it's a real thing. Clicks and views.
Subscribers.
I think it's more about clicks and views, maybe subscribers, but
I think
clicks
it's
and
like
views.
it's the entirety of it. If you get like 1,000 views, you get a freaking a bunch of subs, and you get like a
But what if you're
membership.
doing that? What if you're doing that and you're donating to charities or you're helping your
I
community?
think some people are just jealous and they're doing it wrong and they don't know what they're doing. And they see other people doing it right and getting their clicks and views. And they're like, well, how come I can't do it that good? So they came up with this tragedy word because they suck.
It's not.
I think you're right, Jim. I think that the thing is that I think the problem with YouTube is that people can't see the receipts.
Yeah.
So let's say that you pulled this much for doing like in the old days, Gabby Petito. Let's say you did that, right? You pulled a bunch of subscribers, people that came in and bought into your green team, and you took a portion of that and said, I'm gonna put that at, to the Gabby Petito Fund or whatever, thing you want to do. But it's like, how do you like prove the receipts? If you can prove the
You
receipts,
don't have to. I don't tell
but
people.
I'm saying
what
that's the kind of thing that drives people.
But
to
I
like
can tell you
see-
this: I bought Don and Candy as well as plenty of bottles of Black Velvet. I can tell you that.
No.
Yeah, see that you'll lose subscribers on that.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't donate to their Child's Missing Fund. I was late into the I was late to the dance, but I'm not out here to make money off of people or anything like that. I'm trying to sell candles and soap. That's where and then I can finance what I'm doing to do these things that I like to do.
I think that you going out there and like paying for like that banner and putting the effort in to hang the banner.
I didn't pay for the banner. The Turtles paid for the banner. We grouped.
Well, that is the Turtles paid for it, but I mean, that is actually like receipts.
Yeah, I show you what I do. That's the receipt. Watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Watch
you actually like traveling out there, putting funds out to either fly or drive. Right. The hotel rooms, the freaking those are receipts.
Yeah,
you can like stay somewhere for like a week or whatever and dick around, that is receipts in itself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
have to be real. And Dolly,
I don't tell everything
you don't get
I
more
do.
real than Dolly.
Let's say you had like 1,000 flyers and you like showed yourself putting out 1,000 flyers, handing them out. That's receipts.
I want more people to go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
We got Laura back in the backstage again. Hold on. Hey, Laura.
Hi. I'm scared to talk now. I'm scared to talk.
Turn your camera off.
Oh,
talk slow. Be patient.
Sorry, I'm scaring everybody. How do I do this again? Everybody can see you? No. Okay.
Okay, I'm going down. Too many people. Okay.
Hi. Can you see? Yeah. How do I turn this freaking thing off, Dolly?
You hit the little camera button on your phone.
Oh, camera.
Yeah. There you go. Remember.
You know what? It doesn't pay to know what you're fucking doing, like, doesn't it? It doesn't really pay to know when you're doing something. Look, all I want to say is it's kind of gone off the tragedy pimp thing that you brought up, to be honest with you, and it's gone into a different thing. And I did bring up BHB, which a lot of people have gone into. Mm-hmm. Look, all I want to say is, some people think you're just sitting there and doing nothing, and you're with PJ. PJ knows what you're doing, and she's got your back and you've got her back. And, there's people out there, they were even after PJ. I know it's not about PJ, but we're all BHB, everything else, but they're after that wee girl too. Your honey, And there was, to be honest with you, I don't know, do you want me to say it? But she did do a wee show. She did do, what would you call it? To all the subscribers, and she said her heart out there and there, and she's probably the same way as I am. She's a girl that says things that are taken wrong. She's a girl that people look at and think she's blunt and stuff, but she's just saying her heart at that time. And she's got a great nature. She's a lovely girl. And Dolly, you have met a lovely girl, but I'm going to bring back the tragedy pimps. I do remember when I came off this and you said go to me. I look back and she did say, which I brought up, was an awful lot of it is jealousy. And I do believe an awful lot of this goes down to jealousy.
I think you're right.
Yeah. You see, when Dolly goes in there, Dolly is comfortable. Yeah, he has got anxiety. I have anxiety. I'd say half the fucking world have anxiety now. Sorry for the language, Dolly. But there's a different level that people have. Some people say to me they have anxiety and, it's a touch, but I have social anxiety, social phobia too, and things. And what Dolly does every day, like he pushes himself. He gets up there.
I do battle the anxiety a little bit, but I can tell you this: once I'm in go mode, like I'm going and I'm like going through the wood, I don't have anxiety. Then I don't. I'm like,
you've got a good day.
I'm kind of fearless at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you said the mode, yeah, exactly. The mode is a good day. That's what I call it. And there could be days you don't have a good day. Do you understand what I'm trying to? I'm just trying to say to you. There are days that, you just want to go like, okay, I got to do this, but I'm not up to speed. I'm not there. I don't want to do it. I'm tired, or I just don't feel myself. But every day, Dolly, you go up there and you're pushing yourself, and people should see that too. And I think, like you said about, doing channels, I think you should do something about anxiety as well. And do you agree in the panel? I think Dolly should be pushing anxiety and doing other. I don't know.
Anxiety.
Well, yeah, I don't even like to discussing anxiety. Gives me an anxiety.
Yeah, no, I actually, and you're dead right, because I love true crime, right? I love true crime, and this might make sense to people, but sometimes when I watch true crime, maybe I shouldn't be watching it with anxiety, because it gives me anxiety.
Yeah,
Do you get me?
depressing.
Yeah, and I know I'm into true crime too much because I was in Walmart the other night, and
Okay.
this Latino dude walked by me, and I was looking at him thinking he was the killer of the girl. I was like, "Is that the dude?" You know what I'm saying? I was checking out his haircut. I was like, "Yo, I'm way into true crime, way too much."
Is that the guy that's near to you? Is that the guy that's near to you, Dolly? There's somebody near to you.
Yeah, there was a murder in Maryland, and they showed a picture of the guy. He was a Latino guy with a certain haircut, and I was in Walmart the other day, and a dude walked by me with a similar haircut, and I noticed I was staring him down, and I thought to myself, I'm way too much into true crime, but I'm just hawking people in Walmart, looking at
Who
them.
you looking at?
Yeah, I'm just staring at this guy like.
Well, Dolly, at least you walked away. You didn't floor the man or call citizens arrest or anything like that. No, you didn't do that.
I cleared him out. I looked at him good. It wasn't him.
Yeah, but you remember years ago, and I gotta say, with the bombs going off and people with backpacks, remember going around, and it's the truth. I remember getting on a bus one time, and everybody came on with a backpack, and I was like, I'm getting the shit out of here. I'm not staying on this freaking bus. Like, fuck that. I was gone. Like,
Oh my
it was
God,
like,
hold on. I watch these comedy things where it's not really comedy, but they have these guys, these white guys that freaking dress up like Arabs.
Oh, and he's like,
oh my
run.
God.
He throws the bag and he's like, run.
They walk up with like a backpack and shit, and like all of a sudden like be all and then like drop the backpack and run away, and everyone scatters and shit.
Yeah, but
that is tragedy pimping.
I'm going to say to my boy, right? Are you there? Can you hear me?
That is the epitome of tragedy pimp.
No, that's stereotyping is what that is.
No, they were they were taking that stereotype. And they were freaking like taking advantage of people's heightened awareness about like that anywhere in the United States you can get like bombed.
Yeah, but let's
don't
say the big B word here. Let's jump on. We're talking about tragedy pimping. Y'all done moved on to some other shit.
That kind of resonates with that.
Okay.
That is where
Well, I think there are.
Can you guys hear me with my new headphones?
Yeah, we can hear you, Mab. Somebody has a little bit of a hum, but it's all good.
I got new earphones.
Let's see if it's you humming. Hold on. Let me see if it's you humming. Yep, it's you humming.
To me?
Yep, you got a hum.
Oh, your new headphones. Got to go. Take them back.
You got a hum to you. We lost Lori. She got earthquake somehow, and I didn't do it. That was a natural earthquake. 3.0. Got her.
There are people that love true crime and they love to come to Dolly's to see, or, a lot of other true crime creators. Then there are people that obsess about drama. They go to the other channels that cover what Dolly does and what others do that are creators. And they're drama pimps.
Well, some people like drama. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of drama here and there, but there's time. I just think there's times for it and there's not times for it. I think when stuff should be serious and taken serious in true crime, I think everybody should work together. And then when they ain't, we can kill each other, kind of thing.
Yeah,
right. If you're trying to cover a case, or if you're interested in a case, if somebody is wanting to know the actual facts of something or what's going on in the real, area of what's going on, they're going to come to your thing because
everybody watches everybody. That's the thing. I know that. Like my people watch other people. Their people watch me. That's how come they always know what I say, because they watch me. Just like my people watch them, their people watch me. True crime is only so big of a community, and all these people out here, y'all sit around. If I'm not live, you're going to watch something live, right?
Yep.
If you're on YouTube. So people are going to jump around. I understand that. That's why I don't get mad at people that go to these hate channels and shit like that. I don't hold no grudges against them because shit, what are you going to watch? Sometimes I watch them, you know, if I'm bored, you know,
We know this.
and it's like, it's the internet. It is what it is, you know? So, people are going to jump around. People are going to watch whatever they want. You can't control people on the internet. As soon as you think you can, that's when there's going to be a ton of backlash.
Yeah. I get that. I mean,
Everybody on the internet is grown, especially in true crime. There ain't a lot of young kids. Everybody's in their 30s and shit in true crime. 30s, 40s, 50s,
40s,
and up.
50s, 60s.
Yeah, we're all grown as shit. Act like the youngest people on the internet.
Oh, dude, you're exactly right, man. It is like it is so hyper. What is that? Where people like stand around. What is that saying about people?
Dave got earthquake.
$320.
Just sitting around gossiping. It's just gossip.
Yeah, but you know, it's just like people do it at work, you know, around the water fountain, you know what they say.
Yeah,
everybody
just
chops it up, you know. It's the same thing. Women like to sit around and cluck. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody likes to,
dude, you got so much shit for the flaps.
the flaps.
The flaps.
Hey,
Everybody
trigger warning.
Everybody
Trigger
got
warning.
Everybody got flaps.
Your commercial.
My new one will be coming here in a couple weeks. That's going to be a good one.
I can produce
talk
one
more about
for
flaps.
$50,000.
Huh?
Watch your lady flaps.
I'm spending $50,000 to make this one. Okay. That's what the people said in the commercial. They wanted $50,000. I was like, if I had $50,000, I wouldn't need a commercial.
Oh shit!
You know, I was like, I almost fell out of the chair. So, but I got a new one I'm shooting, and it's not green screen. It's gonna look a little bit better. I'm gonna use my mics. I just did that one in a rush. It was a quick one. This next one I'm gonna spend a little time on, make it all cool, all professional looking.
When's Turtle Island, Dolly?
That I don't know. It could possibly be tonight. It could possibly be, I don't know.
It's on Sunday.
It usually is, but I was busy. Penny Pumpernickel says, wash your flaps too. Wash your man flaps too. There you go. Wash your man flaps. Yeah, there's man flaps, lady flaps, crevices, belly button holes. You got to get all that. All right. People look for anything to be pissy about when they don't like you. You know, it is like he's trying to sell his soap to women, but he's being mean to women. I wasn't being mean. Everybody got to wash their ass. Okay. Who don't need to wash their ass?
It's supposed to be funny, Mrs. Ma'am says.
Yeah, I know.
Serious.
Yeah.
It was really funny. I enjoyed it.
The next one's funny too. If sometimes you got to be a little offensive, on the edge of it, and comedy, you don't, if you're so like sensitive, then don't buy my soap. Okay.
But if you are sensitive, maybe you do need the soap. Because
maybe you do need the soap. That's even better,
okay?
right? If you're sensitive, mine's good for your sensitive skin. Get you some Dolly soap, right?
It'll help with your sensitive
Make
attitude.
sure you get your ass cracks and your flaps. All right. Make sure you get everything. If you don't got flaps, then don't use it on your flaps. But if you do got flaps, use it.
Tiger the Tony's running for coroner.
It's optional. He's running for coroner.
That's what it says.
Hey, that's a good position.
Whitley County,
Kentucky.
Whitley County, Kentucky.
Paper Tina says something about it being offensive. A lot of people I heard thought it was offensive.
What, the video?
The flaps, the whole flap idea.
Okay, let's ask the chat. There's 515 watching right now. If you found my commercial, ladies, offensive, press 1 in the chat. If you found it just in humor, comedy, press 2. All right, we'll ask. 1, it was offensive. 2, it was in comedy. You knew it was a joke.
Somebody put a 2 in for me, y'all.
I see a lot of 2s.
It was not offensive. I thought it was very memorable, if nothing else.
What was the offensive part? Your crusty clam, or was that offensive?
Crusty clams.
Uh, and some of it, some of it was so hard to say.
Of course, your chat's gonna be all about the twos. But I
See,
mean, dude,
so Dave, right
put
there,
put that on mainstream commercials.
well, it wasn't made for a mainstream commercial. It's made by a goofy dude that runs a goofy YouTube channel. So it's
No, I get you.
a goofy commercial. It wasn't made for mainstream TV.
Yeah, but I
You
mean,
put
don't
that
you want to be
against any
mainstream?
average spring commercial, and I guarantee you, people are going to remember Dolly.
Yeah, if I had 50,
remember average spring.
oh wait, we got somebody that found it offensive. Bonnie found it offensive. Okay,
Thank you,
Bonnie,
Ruby.
I'm sorry that
Bonnie on Front Street.
Bonnie, I just want you to know that video was made as a joke, and I believe all women are the most beautiful creatures on the planet. Okay,
Flaps or not,
flaps, wings. You know what I'm saying? You got an extra skin. I don't care. You're all beautiful inside and out. Okay.
I think that your haters would say that's body shaming.
What? What? I ain't got the perfect body. What? Who has the perfect body?
That's what I'm saying. Is like when you say it the way you said it, you know, crusty clams and freaking like, you know, body flaps and shit. I do that. You're talking about fat people.
No, I'm definitely not talking about fat people.
What are you talking about? You talk about freaking flaps and crusty clams.
You gotta be fat to have a crusty clam. I'm sure there's plenty of skinny people out there with crusty clams.
I guess so. I mean, the non-showering types. But still, I mean,
the hardest part to say.
That's hygiene. That's hygiene shaming.
The hardest part of that whole thing to say was, we care about your lady parts. I could not. I had to shoot that so many times because I could not say it with a straight face.
Did you? I want to see the outtakes.
I had the outtakes, but I didn't have the mic on at some point, so some of the outtakes don't have audio. But
the outtakes would be hilarious.
Yeah, it was a couple different funny things that was in it, you know, from the outtakes of it. And even PJ said that.
That's so laugh-worthy.
He said you should add the outtakes, you know, and I don't even know if I still got them saved because when I did the edit, I don't know if I kept them. So, but
that would be a great commercial, dude. I mean, just like editing those and just putting them all together is like freaking like, oh, that didn't work, ha 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 ha. Like, let's try it again. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. It was done a few different ways, a few different things. You know what I'm saying? And it was just all sitting around last minute. Let's shoot this video, and I don't know. It was pretty funny.
It was really funny.
Wait, we got Laura. I'll see you back there. Turn your camera off and speak really slow.
Okay, Dolly.
Okay, that might be a little too slow.
I'm joking with y'all there. I think it's going on great. So I got to press this button. Is that working now?
That's working for you. See, you got it. No one's half the battle.
Yeah, you see, you got to teach somebody something, and eventually, if they don't get it, they can't help them. You know, basically, they're fucked. Yeah. It's like what you say to people. If you keep making the same mistake over and over again, isn't that right?
Yeah. Definition of insanity.
Yeah. Well, I'm not insane, so let's keep going that way. But no, what you were saying was you were chatting away there and saying stuff about things and all that. But you were, look, I'm going to go back because it has gone into a conversation. But when you went back, I'm going to keep bringing it back to tragedy pimps that you put up. You are not a tragedy pimp. Okay?
No, I don't think I am. I mean, I really don't care what other people's opinions are about me because I know in my heart of hearts what I'm doing and for what reason I'm doing it. If you don't believe my reasoning, that's on you. You know.
Yeah, but you said also, and I do take word when I listen to people. I listen to word. I know a lot of people don't know, but watching you for the last, look, I know I haven't. I'm a subscriber. I'm not a member, but my little like helps, as you got it, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and you've been real the whole time. And that's probably why, sorry about before, my phone actually went dead. So I'm on 1%, but you are real. And when you come out with stuff.
Memorex.
No, when Well, at least Dolly comes out and says, "Yeah, I was out there. I was doing this. I was doing that. I was hungover. I was acting like shit. I got in a few bar fights. Isn't that right, Dolly? And I did this. I did that. And now he just would like to be able to sleep. Isn't that right, Dolly? So,
Very close.
it's the way it goes. And like I said, I'm across the water, but I think what you're doing is fantastic. I don't even know why you only have the subscribers you have. You should get more. And I want people to keep pressing that like button. They should keep pressing that like button
I
because
think
you
that
deserve.
Jim probably agrees with you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm gonna push
is that
it a lot
Dave?
harder. I'm gonna start pushing it and promoting it a lot harder this winter.
Yeah, because I
it
know
should-
you doing that. You probably feel like that you're looking for something off people, or maybe because you are a sensitive guy, you got a great heart, and you're thinking by doing this, are you hungering after something? But you're not. You've set up your YouTube channel, you've done whatever. I've said already to people, that we all know there are parts of your
I
community.
think this is what I'm doing. I think helps people, but it also helps me. It gets me out the house. It keeps me active. It keeps me doing something. So
Well, I put up there, like,
it's
Actually,
also
I think it keeps you in the house, right?
it's helping me.
yeah,
It's-
well, I put down there too that I have anxiety, and like I said, I've said an awful lot of people have, and security is what you know, and it does keep you in the home. You could be busy in the home too with anxiety. You can put it this way to you, and if anybody's listening, you can move furniture, around the sitting room, but you can't move the bathroom. That's a job I can't do. I can't move sinks and toilets and all the stuff. But we try and change things. We know what we're doing, and to get out and to have PJ with you is a lovely thing to have. And that's the truth, yeah. And that comes from my heart, So but anyway, tragedy pimps. Are you still there? Anybody? Anybody
yeah,
there?
we're just
Tragedy,
listening.
any tragedy pimps out there are, we call them haters on YouTube. Is that true? But I think it's deeper than that. I think they wake up every morning and turn around and go, what can I do to make someone's life hell? What can I do to make someone feel worse than I do? I get up every morning and I push myself and I do what I got to do.
Yeah.
I don't, like you said, Dolly, that's the truth. Can you join in, please, lads? Because I feel like I'm on my own here. No, when I get up in the morning, I'm fucking thankful. Sorry, again. Oh my God. I'm thankful again that my 2 legs are on the floor and I got to live another day.
Yeah.
It sounds small. It sounds small to people, but it's a great thing to be.
Yeah, thankful you're here. It could be way worse. I'm a grateful person. When I wake up in the morning, I believe you got 2 options. You can be an asshole or you can be a decent person. You choose. You know what I'm saying? You choose to be in a good mood or a bad mood when you lift your head off that pillow.
And you say you don't hate anyone and you don't wish dead on anyone. 2 things. Well, that's a good person. That's a good person.
I don't dwell on anybody. Like I said, when I go to bed at night, I don't sit around and think about this person or that person. I think about usually what I'm going to do the next day or something, and I go to bed. I don't want to have that on myself, the hating people. You got to carry that with you. You know what I'm saying?
True, but there was one time we did. There was one time in our sad place we did. And like you said, you get older and you move on. And that drama is gone. We don't want that anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's
we
what I'm saying.
don't need that shit.
Yeah.
We don't need that anymore.
I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just
bummer,
now.
The bummer lives that I've ever caught with Jim is when you go after people,
Oh, when I shit talk people?
Yeah, when you just blatantly go out and do 2 hours live where you regurgitate the 20 minutes over and over, laugh at.
He doesn't. No, he doesn't.
You got to remember that.
Doesn't.
If you here's the thing: if you throw rocks at somebody for so long, how long is it going to take for them to take a rock and throw it back at you?
I don't know. I feel like that anytime that you kind of get that vibe, you should probably just ignore it and like go
Yeah,
on with your
and
business.
see, that's why I don't hate them people that talk bad about me. Is because I've done my share of talking shit on them. You know what I'm saying? That's
I'm
why I don't
sorry,
hold
sorry.
grudges.
Can I just say, I'm not talking over, but Dave, is that Dave again? He's
Yeah, it's
human.
me.
He's human. He's going to be pissed off. He's going to be angry.
I'm
He
not
will
pissed
want
off
to
or
vent.
angry. I'm just saying that the
No,
lives
not
that I see
you,
like
not
that,
Yeah,
you,
I'm not.
not you. I said
I don't
Dolly.
dig.
yeah.
Dolly, I said Dolly. After
You
taking hit after hit, he may get pissed off and want to vent the odd time, but this guy doesn't. Dolly doesn't, or Jimmy, he doesn't every time go on his channel and dedicate it to a total hatred towards another channel and get his content from putting down another content, another person.
Yeah, I mean, me myself, I'm more to fire back at you after a while after you take so many shots at me, but I'm just not out here. And you
Because you're
know,
human. You're
I'm
human.
exactly, and it's the internet, and it's part of the internet. You're gonna take
Yeah.
some shots, you're gonna fire some shots back, but sometimes I get sidetracked easily with it, and I try
Thanks,
not
Don.
to be honest. Like I try not to like get sucked into all that shit. But
Well, to
I'm
be honest with you now, I've watched you for probably a year and a half now. I'm
and
not,
some,
I told you I'm subscribed and I
yeah,
watch you. You come across as a guy, you go in, you do, I don't know what you call it, a job. Sometimes to you, it's actually a good place to be to talk to others. So I don't know what you call that space, but I hear you saying stuff. I hear that, but it's not dedicated the whole channel to
oh
that.
no, definitely not.
Yeah. So
I,
that's what I call a tragedy pimp.
Yeah,
Somebody that turns around and say, I look up Dolly and I set up a YouTube account now and focus on Dolly, on Jimmy, and abuse every word he says and put it down and get the likes and the ones and whatever for that. No, you don't do that.
yeah. But my name
You're
ain't carry,
versatile.
my
You're
name don't carry
versatile.
that much weight these days. So people,
Yeah,
it's
you're versatile. You're a man of wit. You're a man
I
of character and you've got a great heart. And PJ is a very lucky woman, and you are a very lucky man to have her
thank
because
you.
the two of you come together perfectly. She
Awesome.
gives you what you need, and you give her what she needs because you have understanding and dedication, and so does she. And she's a vocal woman. She's impulsive. She does what she has to say, but every word she says is true. And I know that. I've looked in her stuff and I agree totally with her.
Yeah,
And the rest
PJ's
of the people, you have fun together, and the rest of you that come down you,
And they're
well, that's the
probably
tragedy pimps.
they're
They
not
can't
super,
understand
super ripe,
how
but
two people come together and actually are
yeah,
happy.
and they'll be good. They won't be great.
Is
You
that
got,
you,
awesome.
PJ?
you got what I need.
Oh, she just
oh,
dropped this mouth. Um,
I personally like it when you drag people because when you drag somebody, when you're like, I've got the time and energy today, yo, it's gonna be a good one. Like I
yeah,
get the popcorn because I'm ready. Because it's like you say the things that all of us turtles have been saying for weeks, and we're just ready for it to come out of your mouth.
yeah.
You know,
I mean,
because it
I
does
play into
aggravate
so
us.
when they say bad things about me, like I can't get mad, right? Like, how can I get mad that you made some hate video on me when I play into it and I joke back and I say things back? That's why I don't pay it no attention, really. Um,
It's
it's
just your
part of the
rebuttal.
internet to me,
That's the
it's
drama
part of
element.
it's the drama of it. And usually I'll only fire back when things are slow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit to talk about. I'm like, all right, let me talk about these people that's been talking about me for the last 2 weeks.
Well, it
And
appears to be like
Exactly.
attention grabbing.
so I give people because I know people like the
Oh,
drama.
JoJo was
People
snuggled
they
with
say they
me.
don't, but some people do. And but so I try to play a little bit, give you the true crime stuff with a little bit of drama, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of everything. It's entertainment, guys. It's me. I do YouTube as a like a form of
Therapy.
therapy.
Entertainment.
Yeah, thank you, Mab.
A playhouse.
It's YouTube to me takes my mind off of everything that's going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Me
hope that's
too.
what it does for everybody else. That's what I use it for. Like, I use it for entertainment to occupy my mind.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
Because my mind goes a million miles an hour, so I got to always be doing something, and I run at 100 miles an hour until I crash.
Zircon says, I loved Who's Dolly? Do you remember that?
Yes, I know them were the good old days, right? I miss those days, to be honest
You
with
were
you.
trolling.
No, I wasn't
You were
really
trolling. Yes, you were. You were finding fan bases that didn't know who you were, and you
No,
were getting yourself
I
exposed
was
to them.
welcoming myself to the neighborhood. I even told everybody, I said, look, these people don't know who I am. We about to let them know who Dolly is.
That's math.
Okay. And you say 1 year, what is it? 25,000 people have joined the channel. So we got the word out of who Dolly is. Now it ain't who Dolly anymore because everybody knows who I am.
No,
So
that was what was that? Not Bullhorn Betty, but Molly Golightly.
That's
Molly.
how I found him.
That
He
was
was
like
like,
the
I had
epitome of
I had
Who's
so much
Dolly.
fun. I had so much fun picking on Molly. I had so much fun picking on
Yeah,
Molly.
the moment she's like,
Molly
"Oh, Who's
is
Dolly?" You
such
play
a
that shit
good
over and over again.
sport. Molly was such a good sport in the whole. She understood the internet thing of it. You know what I'm saying? That I don't really hate her, but I'm gonna like joke you and like pick with you.
Trolled her.
I think she got it. I think she really understood it. And Molly's pretty cool. You meet Molly in person, Molly's pretty cool. She's pretty down to chill.
Picking on people
There's
that just face her.
I don't want to say the wrong thing because Molly get mad at you. There's Molly on the internet and there's Molly off the internet.
Yeah, it took you about a week and a half in order to get her to actually like address you.
Yeah, but she
And
did.
then the moment she's like, "Who's Dolly?" Everybody's like in chat going, "Yeah, this Dolly guy's talking. Who's Dolly?" And you like picked that and like played it over and over again.
Oh, the whole
I got her,
like
got her,
the
got
whole
her.
the whole
you
I'm in
need to
love
go
with
to
Molly
Dolly's
bit.
channel.
No,
And
it
she's like,
started off
who's
with
Dolly? I don't know who that is.
no, it all started off with the I'm in love with Molly and Dolly thing. And then I was like, okay, it's just you can do silly shit to get people. It was just me being silly. Is all it was.
Well, it definitely got a lot of people
And it
here,
was
I know.
fun.
'Cause
It was fun. It was having
everybody wanted
fun.
to know.
Yeah, by then everybody was talking about me, so everybody, of course, wanted to know who the hell Dolly was. So it's the Who Dolly era. I'm crazy you brought that up, Dave.
Yeah. Memories.
Memories. I can't do that now because if I go into a chat now, everybody knows who I am. But in the beginning, that was great.
That's funny.
So that's a template, right?
Misfit Kitty
it's
says
how
Dolly
you do
knows
it.
what he's doing. Well, no, there's lots of ways to grow an audience. Like I could run around and be a panel whore like a lot of people do on other bigger channels. And I don't do that. You never see me on Molly's channel or anybody's channels.
You never really was a panel guy.
Yeah, I don't panel whore. You know what I'm saying? I don't jump around.
You just like you like on your channel, you channel whore.
Because I can build my own channel. I can build my own channel. I don't need your channel to build my channel.
Oh, come on now.
I don't, and that's why I don't do it. Because then people think I'm building off of people, and I'm building my shit off of hard work. You know what I'm saying? I can
Hold on, I'm talking about like back in the day when you like first started in the genre.
Yeah, I didn't do it then either.
Oh bullshit, dude! You were like the whole Molly thing. You were like totally going like freaking
I was
like
doing panels here, but I wasn't going on anybody else's panel.
No, it was your channel. Was like your channel whoring? Was your channel itself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't tried to
You're
grow
not
my
like jumping
channel
on people's panels, going this, that, or the other.
Yeah,
you're just like going you're saying Molly Golightly, talking about her, getting yourself to where she actually acknowledges you, and then her channel sees you, and those people all of a sudden like look at you.
I just wanted a clip of her saying who's Dolly because we were trying at that point because we were trying to get them from everybody. Like we wanted people to like who's Dolly.
The Dolly bomb.
The Dolly bomb, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Everybody grows their channel their own ways, like I got a damn weird game I play. I mean, there's all kinds.
I totally feel like you have a template. You created the template.
Be creative. Be entertained and come up with shit. It's all people are just trying to take their mind off of things and be entertained and pass their day by. And if you can do that for people, then that is if that's the blueprint, then follow that blueprint.
Right? I get you. That's what I kind of felt like at the beginning was that was the whole Queen Bee thing.
Like I said, if I was on a mass hunt for subscribers, I'd be a panel whore. I'd be jumping on all these big channels, talking with them. Hey guys, check out my channel, driving everybody's traffic here. But I don't do that. I just poking. I like to
I
poke
feel like
and
your
pick at
channel is
people.
kind of what you do for that.
I use this for my entertainment too. If I go to somebody's channel, I go to certain people's channel to poke and pick on them because I like to poke and pick on them, right? And then some people's channels I go to because I like the chat room, right? I don't mind, not even like the creator, but I like the people that be in their chat. And some people I go to troll, like BK. If I go in BK's room, I'm only there to troll BK, okay? And because
but I don't know.
enjoy it.
I feel like that whole BK thing was that he had a room of I think they were basically like innocent until proven guilty crowd, and he had a lot of viewers. So he had a bulk of people that were
he
watching
had a
him.
lot of people fold, is
They
what
were
he
kind
had.
of just only like his that whole thing. All those people were like basically just in his room and like barely stretching out from that environment, you know. And when you were screwing with him, you made them look at you, you know.
No, I never went after. I only pick on BK is because I consider him like an internet friend. Like if you pick on somebody long enough between two people, there becomes some like a camaraderie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And who is chopping broccoli right now?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, mute real quick.
Why don't
And
you start taking some ice cream glass? Ting, ting,
and
ting.
another thing is you know, I like to pick on people that can easily trigger, right, and make them upset. And BK is really easy to trigger, but at the same time, I think he gets it like Molly got it. That this is the internet. I don't mean nothing by it. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do to clown on you. And I think he gets it a little bit, and that's why I pick with BK because I think he gets it. You know what I'm saying?
Barely when she acknowledged you, it was like on a you know, faintly. She barely did. You know, she was really in her own world, and like having you kind of being a part of it
But
was
look,
really.
yo, 1 year later, Molly loves me to death. Sometimes.
Is she on YouTube still, or is she gone?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Molly in so long. She came up and talked on the chat that one night. That's the last time I talked to her. I haven't spoke with Molly. Me and Molly don't talk like that. Everybody thinks I talk to everybody behind the scenes, but I don't. Usually, when y'all see me talk to
feel like
people,
she's gone. I don't feel like she's on YouTube anymore.
here's the thing: like everybody's like, "Oh, they," you know, when I'll use Betty when she goes to court, they're gonna have all y'all's communications. I don't. The communication between me and Betty are like live, right? You can see them on the internet. You know what I'm saying? There's no hidden. There's nothing like the internet makes it out to be. You know, like there's some fucking criminal enterprise going on in some DMs or something. I don't talk to people like that, and that's just truthful. I occasionally talk to people, and most of the time when I talk to other creators, it's here live, and they're in the chat room. I'm up here live. And you guys
last time I talked to Betty was when I met
not
her
a
in
bunch of that scheming behind the scenes shit like all these other channels do each other. That I'm doing that type of stuff, but I don't do that. I'm way too fucking late.
I feel like that was like the I feel like the hate channels kind of got gaffled when she left. They basically went, "What do we
I'm
do
talking
now?"
to you, Zircon. And I said, Dolly, talk to us. I see you, Zircon. I'm still looking at the chat occasionally.
I think a lot of people lost a lot of money when Molly left.
Yeah, when she left.
They
Yeah, exactly.
couldn't control her. They couldn't.
Do you think Batman really wants to get rid of the Joker? You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. Is when they got rid of they were banking off of her. They were doing thousands of views, talking bad about her. Why would you try to get rid of her or get her off the platform? If you're using her for content, why would you want to get rid of her?
Oh, I got you right here, bro. It's like a Survivor, right? Or like what's that one? Big Brother, right? You have like this huge personality in there that everyone hates, and like, okay, let's vote them off. Why vote them off? Because they're bigger than you. So you leave them there, in order to have them get all the freaking like the stones, the stone throwing, and you're sitting back pretty, So now she's gone, and now it's like freaking boom. Oh, you have nothing to throw stones at anymore.
Well, what did Molly say? She said, "Look, she said when she left, that these people were going to eat each other." That's what she said. I remember her saying it, right? But they didn't completely eat each other.
No,
right?
They have to find the next guy down the list.
They've been fighting, but they tend to fight for a little while, and they'll call each other the BITC. But they all tend to work it out in the end. You know what I'm saying? Then they kiss and make up, and it's a big, it turns from hate to a love fest. It's a crazy saga on the YouTube streets. It just is what it is. And we're speaking 100. Dolly, Molly still has a channel on that Kick platform. Anyone? Yeah, she still live streams and she jumps on panels every now and then and things of that nature. And I wouldn't want to get rid of, if I sat here and pick with somebody, I don't want to get rid of you, really. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got the perfect scenario for you, brother. Is just go with call up Molly and just do the Dolly Molly show, and freaking that shit'll kill.
The Dolly Molly show?
Yep.
Nah, man, I am not doing the damn Dolly Molly
show. Bro. It'd kill. I tell you right now.
Dude, that shit would have
like all of YouTube would be watching that shit.
They'd be making so many hate videos, and they've been leaving me alone. Why am I gonna try to stir shit up when people have been leaving me alone?
Well, tragedy fence. Let's do it.
Maybe when shit gets slow, maybe then we stir some shit up. But till then, no, we ain't messing with that one. We'll leave that beast alone. Let's ask the chat room. How many of y'all out there want to see the Dolly Molly show? Press 1.
Oh shit.
The Dolly Molly show. That's a weird mixture. She wears better sunglasses than me. And I wear nice ass sunglasses.
Nah, I don't think so.
It would be like Dolly Molly, tragedy pimping.
I think more people would prefer the Dolly PJ show.
Oh no, hell no. Dude, it would be like freaking all those haters would be like watching every night, like on it, Let's get the clip channels going.
Dave, we love the PJ.
But a lot of people love to hate Molly.
Well, have a Dave and Molly show.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be as good because Jim has the same kind of they have like the same semblance of hate. They would like basically their all true crime would dial in to hear what they have to say.
I don't know, Dave.
I think you should do a Dave and Molly show. We done lost Jimmy, I think.
We done dipped on his own show, somebody said in the chat.
He's like, forget all of y'all.
Now we can go crazy.
Oh.
I'm going live later to cover the Maui fires.
Oh, that'll be good. Dolly earthquaked himself, y'all.
Actually, that would be awesome. How about if you went like Dolly, Molly, Bullhorn Betty, and who else? Laura and Queen Bee all on one thing.
Oh my gosh, that's like a WWE event.
Oh, it would be like dude, everyone would log in. Just what's happening here?
That's like an MMA event.
Yes, people would just be all over it, dude. That'd have like 20,000 views.
Oh my goodness.
Get a little Ernie Shell and a couple Bennies in there.
If you throw Benny in there getting his butt kicked, I might watch. Oh, I can't deal with BK. I'm sorry. He just, ugh. And I don't really watch Ernie either. I have watched maybe one thing of Ernie. I can't do it. Deanna says you need your own show, Dave.
Backroad Becky says, I so miss the Dolly and PJ show. Do you not do that anymore, Jim?
He ain't even on here.
Jimmy's not here?
No, he ain't been here for like 2 minutes.
Oh shit. Emma says Dave's losing dots fast. You don't need drama, 3 dot. I think that drama is where the clicks and views are.
Yeah, but he doesn't need drama all the time. That would be a dramatic
No, I
show.
agree. I totally
maybe
agree.
like a once, kind of like a Turtle Island thing. Have like this event.
Yeah, that's drama.
That you can have like, okay, we're gonna have all these creators on there, best of the battles or something. Like just for fun, kicks. Let's see who drags the, when it's slow.
Well, next year it's
True
going to be a
crime is not slow
volcano,
that
and they're
often.
going to be sacrificing creators.
Like MMA fighting.
How about like you have like these select creators go up there, and then you do a poll at the very beginning, and have them all vote off, like as if it was its own internal island, right? And that they get booted because that people said like, so you have all 4 creators up there as A, B, C, and D, and then the one that has the most kicks, they get booted off the live. That sounds fun.
Well, instead of Turtle Island, he could have Troll Island. And I'm taking whole the credit for this, Dolly. So if you hear this or anybody else, I want money back. Troll Island, the most savage one wins. And then have all their people just show up and drag the heck out of each other until the last person standing.
Yeah, and they can't hang up. They actually have to like withstand whatever's being said. No muting. They actually have to like deal with each other talking. Whether they are just jibber jabbering and attacking each other.
And you got to show your picture, Dave.
Huh? What's that, Matt?
And you got to show your face.
Oh, for sure. I'd be all about my face.
That would be fun.
Seen it before.
That would be fun. Now that would get some attention, and that would get some drama. That would get some votes and people coming in.
Okay, I should be back.
I just
You're back.
Okay,
did you hear us? Did you hear us?
My internet went down. Everybody, y'all didn't do nothing bad, did you?
No, we came up with a new idea. Troll Island.
Troll Island. All right.
Have all the haters.
Have all the haters. Okay.
Have all the haters. Last one, savage, wins. Not savage, but not necessarily her. But I'm just
and I look like shit.
Okay.
Hold on, Jam. Let me pitch this to you, right?
Okay.
So let's say it was like you, Molly, Betty, and a couple other controversial creators, right?
Why I gotta be controversial?
Well, just like you want to have it has to be the gamut of like
exactly. They've got their own opinion.
Right,
hold on, just let me pitch this, right? So you have a channel, or you have your panel up there, and you throw up what do you call it when you have like the YouTube percentages, right? With voting, right?
Uh-huh.
And so you let people you start it, and then have people vote for like 15 minutes. And the loser of the voting, so you have like everyone up there is like A, B, C, and D, and whoever has the most votes gets kicked. And so then it's 3. And so then you put up then all of a sudden you put the voting up again and wean it down to the last survivor on the panel. Where the voting actually kicks them in the live. So you create a live where you maybe for 2 hours. It's like a 2 hour
we
limit.
get a live right now. So we can have the chat room right now vote to kick one of the people on the panel.
Exactly.
All right.
Let's do it right now.
You want to vote? They kick somebody
Yeah.
off the panel.
But you have to actually. I don't know.
We'll do a
That's
mini
not
troll
fair.
island right here.
Okay, a
Yeah,
mini
Troll
Each
Island
one of
right now.
us.
But you
Troll
have
Island.
to
Oh,
put up like
Yeah, but then you have
everyone's
to let the
names.
trolls up and kick them off.
It'd be like
Oh,
Jim,
okay.
Dave,
Hi.
you know, Laura,
Hey, Tina.
blah blah blah.
Hi.
Let's do a mini troll island right now. Like everybody
Yeah.
in chat, vote for who you want off the panel right now.
Okay, yeah, we're
To
gonna
see
vote.
whoever gets the most votes
Oh,
gets the knocked
shit.
off.
So we're gonna
Chatty Jen says 3 dot for the kick.
straight off with.
Don't
we're
do that. All the women are say me.
Hey,
Oh, yep. Paper cut's a good one.
No, don't
Paper
say I'm good.
Everybody's voting
how
3
are
dots.
you?
Hi, sweetie.
Hunter says
Hi,
3 dot.
Hi.
Laughing out loud.
Hi, Tina.
Hi in Ireland. Wait. How do you say it? Ireland? Ireland.
Look, we're not that behind now in all fairness. No, but Megan is your real name, isn't it?
Megan, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, hello, Megan. I'm Laura.
Hi. That's Welsh. Megan.
Is it?
He reminds me of Brad Pitt off that one movie.
What?
Who does?
What's that movie Brad Pitt was in where he was in Ireland?
Oh.
Oh, he
that
spoke
was a good
like
one.
shit.
He kicked ass with the bare knuckles.
And you know what? Do you know what, lads? In all fairness, right? When they do Irish movies, they make it out to be like out in the 1920s, 30s, that we don't have frigging cars. Everyone's on a donkey in a cart, and everyone is green, and
Laura.
small roads.
Hey, Laura, I pulled you for a second. Your mic is going in and out. Could you jump out the back
way
for a
loud.
minute and come back? I can probably turn her down, but that ain't a problem. Her mic is going in and out, and she's frozen in the back now.
Hey,
But
Luna.
jump out the chat, Laura, and come back. The mic.
I want to say a quick hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Hey, Tina.
And
Hey,
real quick-
Luna.
Hey, hi, Luna.
Well, I get a chance to talk. Love, Van Lady. Love you, Dolly and PJ. You're the best. Thank you for being a member for 8 months. That is super awesome of you.
Mab, what time is going on tonight?
Time we going on?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably about 6 or 7.
Okay.
Mab at
Pacific
6.
time.
Din din
Channel 13. Mab at 6.
din din time.
Pacific time.
People can eat their what? What do they eat in
What's that?
California? Mostly
Ice cream.
ice.
Don't be eating no damn ice cream, Derek. I ain't tuning in. That's you just-
Mangoes and ice cream.
That's it.
Mangoes and ice cream.
And BLTs with fresh tomatoes.
BLTs,
Oh, I
with
love
tomatoes off the
BLTs.
vine, or whatever they call it.
So look, I was driving in the car, right? And I had my seatbelt on, and I'm driving, and this commercial comes on the radio. I don't know if y'all have heard this commercial, but it's like, buckle up, you can save your life. And it's like ding, 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 ding. And it's like somebody says, there's the kids, they're not your dad don't have a seatbelt on. Join in, and everybody in the car is going ding, 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 ding. And it's all this dinging, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I gotta listen to this shit, and I'm wearing my seatbelt. You know, it's just like torture. I put the seatbelt on so I didn't have to hear the fucking dinging. And now when I listen to the radio, it's ding, 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 ding.
Oh my god.
Turn the radio off.
Yeah, turn the radio
Get
off.
satellite
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's what I need to do. I was like, this shit's messing with my damn anxiety.
This is kind of
really
depressing. It's a little depressing. I mean, it's not that bad, but on the court TV, speaking of cars, I don't know if they had seatbelts on. Did you guys see where that young gal, what was she, 17, rammed purposely into that brick wall and killed her boyfriend and her friend?
No, I
But
didn't see that.
she walked away.
To a jail cell?
Yeah, she got 15 years to life. And
Yeah, because you ain't walking far when you do something like that. You walking right
That's
to prison.
crazy.
yeah,
So she put on
just-
her seatbelt and like killed everyone else.
How come Dave don't even have an icon? He's just not there.
Oh my
He's
Just
just
a black dot.
It's a
he
black
don't even have a
hole.
dot. Usually it's a
One
dot.
dot.
Nothing.
A black
It's just
hole.
nothing.
You're a black hole.
You're a black streak, Dave.
Yeah, but I want to tell you guys
Blackface.
something. So she was mad at him and she's threatened to do that exact thing in the past. I'm
Wow.
just going to ram this car into, I think it was 2 weeks prior. Her last name is Sherelle, Shir, I think ELLE. But she did that. I think she was 16 or 17. Now she's 18 or 19, and it's sad. Yeah, I
I've seen
mean,
that
and
in
they
movies.
show it. Well, they show it. 3 Dot, they release the video, and she's going slowly down the highway. She puts her blinker on like this. It's nighttime, and she's turning slowly. And then there's this camera in the distance off a building, and she just floors it 100 miles an hour. I've never seen anything like it. Just vroom, right into the building. God.
All right, since Paper Cut's new to the discussion, so Paper Cut, what is your interpretation of a tragedy pimp?
Oh no, I already said, and I screwed it up left and right. I'm okay on that. I was the first one up, and I was
you had a take?
Yeah, I was already kind of like saying what a lot of the other people in chat were saying. You know, I didn't use the word exploitation, but I can't remember what Jimmy said, but I like his definition better. We'll leave it at that.
It seems to me, because it's such a broad term, because under the word tragedy pimp, according to the Urban Dictionary, it would be anybody that solely covers tragedies. So that would be everybody on the true crime community. That would be everybody in mainstream media. And it's just too broad of a term. If we're talking tragedy pimp in a way that's negative, we would have to say, well, this person is taking fun and is not doing anything to help anybody.
You know what it reminds me of is like what are the dudes that they like film, like they hear, like they listen to the police scanners, they find like an accident and they run there with their cameras, paparazzi or something, like where they like go in there. Their whole purpose is to like get the gruesome shit and put that out, you know.
Or like lawyers that are ambulance chasers, they wait for somebody to get hurt and they
right, but that's
like,
to
hey,
get
I
like a
was
client. But I'm
for
talking
it.
about like somebody to get the film.
Yeah. And not even a very popular newscaster. I met a lady on Messenger when I first started doing Messenger, and her mother died in a fire.
Trying to dry the mallow out, and he's in there batting at him.
Yeah, her mother died in a fire, and she's feeling that it was the newscaster guy. I'm not kidding. That set this place on fire and then filmed it.
I seen a movie like that one time. Where a dude was going out, and first he was going to crimes and he was covering it for the news. And then when there wasn't nothing to cover, he would go out and commit crimes. So he could cover it. That's crazy. That's but I forget what that Night
They like
Watch
used the
something.
Zodiac for that, right? The Zodiac, they were saying that the reporter was actually like creating the whole thing in order to report on it.
Yeah.
I think it was
But
like
look,
Guy
guys,
Downey Jr.
I'm gonna get ready to get out of here because I've been up here 2.5 hours and I need to go get some food, grab some lunch. So I appreciate all of y'all coming up.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me come back up.
Huh?
Bye, everybody. Thanks, Jimmy, for letting me come back up. I appreciate it. I was getting bored. Not by your show, just bored. All right, bye.
Bye, Tina.
Peace.
Bye, Paper Cut.
Bye,
Jimmy.
Bye, Luna.
There, guys.
Bye, Jimmy. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Tina. Bye, Mab. Bye, Dave.
Later.
Bye. It's been a while, bro.
Peace, man. I got like I said, I'm starving. I ain't ate nothing today. So I'm sitting here in my damn stomach growling. I'm knocking stuff over. So and I'm not myself when I'm hungry. So I'm going to get up out of here. I probably will be back tonight. I'm not for sure if Turtle Island is going to be tonight or not. But hopefully y'all learned something today about what a true tragedy pimp is. A true tragedy pimp, in my opinion, this is my opinion only, is someone who takes and gives nothing back. Okay. Don't do nothing but take. Don't go help. Don't try to help. That is the true definition of what I think a tragedy pimp is. Because if not, that, you know, like I said, it puts us all under that umbrella of that. Anybody that covers true crime. Because what is true crime? That is mostly tragedies. What in true crime ain't a tragedy? So everybody in true crime, you technically, an Urban Dictionary would be tragedy pimp. But in reality, if you're doing the right things out there for the right reasons, you are a true crime creator, not a tragedy pimp. Now, people out there, don't be a pimp, be a creator. Okay? Do good, give back, that type of thing. And then you don't fall under this. You don't want to be a tragedy pimp. Help somebody. And like I said, it could be small. It could be from your home. You don't have to do the same thing Dolly does to help people. You can do other things to help people. But take some of that you get and give back. And trust me, it'll be better in the long run. What you give out in this world, you get back sevenfold. Remember that. And Dolly loves you. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.